Right. We are back with yet another episode of Survivors of Tarnstead. We are going to start in our usual manner of introductions. First up, we have Blackheart as.
Carrick Marsk.
We have Kronos as.
RG Thal.
We have Hadden as.
Tilde.
We have Marcus as.
Corvus Avalas.
Sammy as.
Gifton Greysteel.
Well done. Tobias as.
Caspia Pierce Steelshod.
And you have me, Ali, as your friendly DM. Who would like to give the recap?
Who needs an inspiration?
Evidently. Gifton
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
anymore.
Yeah, good then. Okay, fuck it, I'll do it.
Good enthusiasm. I like it.
I mean, I have notes for once, just have to make sure all stuff on someone else's toes.
No, go for it.
Yep.
Okay,
All
so
yours.
We started out with us reappearing at Thaldir's hut. And Gifton used a special spell Mirage Arcane to recreate Tarnstead as it was before it burned, which she and Kara went in to go see the areas they lived in because it was created very faithfully. Carrick went to take Talia to go see the tavern he worked at, and RG refused to go in and actually went the other way around it the long way. Tilde accompanied her, and Corvus went in briefly to see the alley his dad was last seen in, and then left to join RG as well. Afterwards, Gifton also had cast, I don't know which spell it was, but it was one that allowed her to see essentially what was in the area that was her land, and she found it's something big. Not it was what it was specifically, but that it's something big. We then found the gentleman in the forest who were searching at some kind of rock. We fought them, killed most of them except for two, and felt we went a little bit heavy on them sometimes, especially with them pleading for help. Kept two alive who were Reg and Marlin. Marlin has a family, we don't know where. They were working for a contact in Ailbridge, who's a thoroughfare for the gentleman who wanted the meteorite. And we sent them to the Fae with some supplies, along with Gifton and Care with a satyr she had summoned, who she'd accidentally convinced that she was Tatiana. And we left off with her in the Fae and with the satyr and the others.
Okay, very nice. Does anyone remember the satyr's name?
I do. Borum.
Very nice. Alright, RG, take your inspiration. Lick it a bit. Make sure no one else takes it. Alright.
Okay, I immediately already had one, so it's going in the pool.
Okay, lick it anyway, you know.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, so
Right to
This is why I don't use the ones from the pool.
we are resuming in a familiar
Let's go
spot.
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Just while I bring out
Do
the
we all
map for
get
old time's
popcorn?
sake.
No.
Gifton,
There's a bear here.
you and Kara are standing before a satyr who's currently bowed over, head dipped very low. This is definitely a very deep, courteous bow.
No.
No?
No.
No?
No. I serve her too. No. I'm not her.
He slowly straightens up, sort of looking you over. You can feel the
Definitely.
spark.
She traveled with us for a while, and I carried some of her power. I swore to her at the circle,
I see.
and it's the only safe place I know.
Safer these days, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, any help you can give them would be great. I'm sorry to put you out. I don't want them to get hurt, and if they stay where they are, they're gonna die.
Of course, I will make sure they are safe. Is there... How quickly should I be returning them? He says, sort of looking over at Reg and Marlon, Reg carrying Marlon, and they're both sort of... Reg is looking around, warily, a little distracted from the conversation.
If you need to get them out quicker to keep them safe, do it, but a believable amount of time for somebody to have wandered in and need to wander back out. I wouldn't like to keep them too long here.
And there is a place in here I can take them that is safe. There are those of us that still hold to the lady's old rules.
Oh, good. Yeah, if you can keep them someplace.
You said you travelled with her?
Yeah.
If you see her again, please tell her that we are still waiting and she is still loved.
Will I?
Did she? And he actually sort of motions upwards. And actually looks up at something.
I'm gonna look up.
Up in the sky, maybe 60 foot up, there seems to be a bright glowing light. And it seems to be projecting a beam of light out from it more intensely, and just slowly rotating in the center of this circle. Ever since that appeared, the things here have been calmer. No hunting beasts. No mad things.
She texted me with the duty, and I have been trying to fulfill it. She had me. The Fae has been broken and rent in places. There were corruptive elements flowing through it, and I found them out there in the mortal lands, and I cleansed them. And when I did that, she said that there was a safe place now where those who did not have some place to go could go, and she went there.
I do not know what that place might be. There are a few spots like this now. Not entirely safe, but safer.
Is there any place in the Fae that you've seen strange rock? Black with sometimes white running in it.
Oh, yes. The King's Castle is such material.
She needed me to go in to the Fae and cleanse that.
I would not step into Fae King's domain, especially not if you are one of hers.
Yeah, I ran afoul of Oberon abroad already once. I prefer not to again. He has a mistaken eye, and he thinks I'm her.
Then I would stay far away from it, my lady.
Thank you.
If you are not Titania herself, then may I ask your name?
I'm Gifton. Gifton Greysteel. And this is my husband, Care.
And he actually just bows again. Then my lord and lady Greysteel. I am pleased to see he hovers of her descent.
Her people that she lost are still out there. We were banished into the mortal lands, and we've been there waiting.
I remember, I wept that day.
I didn't know any of hers were still in here, so it's good to know.
A small few of us.
So is this a safe place to camp? I have to rest somewhere for the night.
It's as safe as any, and I will keep watch, and I will call a few friends to do the same.
Well, thank you. You're a great person, Borum.
You do me a kindness with your words. Right, do you require fire? It is not often lit in the Fae, but I could find some kindling.
They might want it, and not over the side. I think me and Carol will be all right.
And it shall be done. Food, yes. I will make sure that you're all comfortable.
Thank you.
And he just starts marching off down the stairs. And
I'm going to eye up this glowy thingy.
yeah, Kez sort of looking up at it as well, and sort of scratching his head. So, you made a glowing orb?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast a detect magic on that, sweetie, and that's how it's gonna get explained.
You can you do that from here?
I think so. I mean, upcasting it's not that hard, and I don't think I have to be too terribly. How high up is it?
It's about 60 feet up.
So if I cast detect magic
Mhm.
and then I use my cloud form to fly up there, I could go look at it.
I think that would work. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to as soon as my character sheet loads. Come on, roll 20. 20's being a derp. Alright, I'm gonna reload.
Oh, all of the internet's dying today.
Yeah, all the internet.
Oh, Sam, is it just loading on the front page blank?
No, it's loading the there it goes. Loaded the character sheet. Okay, because I have pop out character sheets, so it's just taking forever to load just the character sheet. So I am
Yeah, just sometimes it hangs and you can do that by
I will
editing and
cast
saving.
this at level 5. So I'm we'll cast this at level 5. That's fine.
Okay.
I opened up the wrong character sheet anyway. I opened up a retired one, so that's not what I wanted. So yeah, I will cast this at level 5. We'll
So you cast detect magic,
and then I'll go up there.
and then you assume a cloudy form to zoom up beside the light, which bright, very bright. Even as a cloud, lacking eyes, you can still perceive this. It is bright. Which don't ask me how cloud walk works. I don't know.
It just does. It
Yeah.
just does work. That's all that matters.
And as you get within range of detect magic, there is something awfully familiar about how this feels. It's almost like what it was like looking back into a mirror back when you had that bright glow. Only it's far more intense. You can feel that mix of divinity still tinged with fey, but you can't help but just feel reminded of that cleansed area, that dream, and of those towers with bright spots of light in them. Almost like lighthouses, even within the heavens.
Oh. And I'm gonna go back down because I don't know how to interact with this at all.
Mm-hmm.
So going back down and gonna reform with care and go. So yeah, looking at that with the magic look spell up there. That like it's like almost catching glimpses of that place I sent that Tanya's at. So it's kind of like it's peeking through.
And what does that
Beacons of it.
mean?
I think those are like beacon points for the cleansing, and that if it do bore, maybe it will spread from these points.
Is that a good thing? I mean, for and he just sort of gestures around.
I mean, the attacks of the weird creatures stopped, right? So I don't know.
Suppose. Is it making them disappear or just go away?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. But I mean, you think that the Fae wouldn't mind being cleaned again, right? I mean,
Kind of
would be
hard to
good.
say with them. They're a little he just sort of gestures beside his head with his finger in circles.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think it's really a full solution anyway. I mean, if it was, I think like she would have been like full archangel again, right? So
Maybe.
I don't know.
So
Maybe
it's progress, right?
it's progress.
It's
Something.
what she wanted you to do.
I mean, at the very least, it's almost like it's anchored here. So maybe they're just together now, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe we're just making it whole, and that That can't be bad, right?
And-
Fixing something that got broken. I mean, that's all we do is fix broken things.
And he's going to sort of carry you walking around the inner circle of this storm structure a bit.
Oh, that's right. You haven't been here.
No.
We haven't actually been in the proper Fae.
No.
Oh, this is going to be the longest time I've ever been in the proper Fae. Usually it's a lot of running.
Okay, well, let's hope that this light thingy... Let's hope that we don't have to run that much.
Yeah, let's hope.
Because I'll be doing the running, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, you'd probably be doing that. Do you think everybody realizes that this was a one-way trip for me? Because I don't think
I didn't realize it was a one-way trip for us, so maybe not.
Do you think I should message RG, or do you think they'll just figure it out?
Can you message RG from here?
I think I have a sending stone.
I mean...
Do sending stones work between realities?
I don't know.
I'm going to take out my sending stone to RG.
Okay.
And I'm opening up the sending stone because I have to look.
We're just going to roll this because I'm giving it the same failure chance as sending. No, it's going to work.
Yeah, because it does have a failure chance on sending.
Mm-hmm.
RG, in the Fae, they're gonna be okay.
Here for a day.
Kara and I kind of stuck. See you tomorrow. Scry?
Out of character, yes, that thing I don't know if any of the rest of us can do.
No, but the
RG,
Scry is...
roll an insight check.
Me or her?
You.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just like naturally that's the one thing I had.
Okay, that's Scry. I think she means herself. She's wanting to scry on somebody tomorrow so that she can find you easy. You know, her ability to target trees that she's familiar with.
Okay.
Yes, there's the insight roll. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just what RG just did. Okay, well, I just have to hope that she figures that out.
Okay. I just need to figure out. I'm going to figure out exactly like this. You can come back and have a shake.
So, back in the non-Fey world, everyone's looking around. RG seems to have just received a message and is now actually, sitting down trying to formulate a reply because it's in character. You don't have to reply immediately.
I was actually trying to out of character figure out the response because the exact part of the first part of the response was, wait, fuck, what?
Well, you can make that in character. You start off with, wait, fuck, what? So that's 3 words down. But yes, you have all worked together to move this gigantic hunk of strange metal out of the crater. And by everybody, I mean mostly Cass and Carrick. And you're just sort of sitting there.
So, what should we do with this?
Figure out what it is and keep it out of the gentleman's hands by using it?
I forget, how big is the intersection that we were really focused on?
Let's head on back there.
Very, very large.
I used 40 square feet of radius of mud turning to get that clean. So
I'd say the inner metallic part that you've gotten out, if that's what we're referring to, not the crater.
Yes.
The inner metallic part, I'll say it's around 25 by 25 feet or something. Not to scale with this map.
So, yeah, I
Material.
But
I wasn't sure
shockingly
scale.
light for metal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I got the message. When it ding and she pulls it out and listens to it, RG will immediately start talking and just act back and go, wait, fuck, okay, so wait, okay, wait, yeah, okay, we'll be here. You can scry me. Kara's got magic crap. Be safe, okay?
Okay, very nice.
That's exactly 25.
Everything all right, Archie?
Gifton's stuck in the Fae until tomorrow.
As with her. Hopefully
She is quite formidable upon her own.
Yeah, well, she spent a lot already. I just worry if anything comes and bothers them. In the meantime.
I mean, if it's a problem in the meantime, I'm pretty sure Kara can take most of the stuff that comes that way.
Yeah, that is true.
It is also unclear what we could do about it ourselves.
Somewhere between Dick and all.
I
We can
don't
try
know
to
if
go
I
there, and
can
Cass
do
looks at,
anything.
Do you know how to get to the Fae?
Well, there is my way. I don't know if it goes there, though.
I think that would be the problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that might call down the hell upon us of the big guy.
round 2.
Do you really think you're going to survive round 2 if you piss him off actually actively intruding his own and stamping on his lawn?
Oh, Antler Man. Yes.
I'd be more worried about Gifting kicking my ass than him.
So, not to
Well, it's
change.
credible threats.
So, what is this exactly?
A really big rock.
Yes,
I
it's a
think-
really big rock.
One of us rolled high enough last time that we figured out it was star metal.
It's
I
it's
just
not star.
assumed.
It's
I
not
assumed
star
it was our
metal. There was no
friend from the
rolls.
Geek Dreamer.
It's metal from the stars, but it's not what you'd know of as star metal, which is basically just iron most of the time.
Gifton
Yeah.
did say that she was pretty sure this
Which
was for us.
I will reiterate.
Yeah.
I was not kidding.
Yeah.
There are hues in this that you have never seen before.
Okay.
Can I make an insight or history check or some sort of check to try and figure this out?
You can go ahead and roll whichever you would like.
I would like to roll an insight, just in case she's heard of this during working with various construction projects.
Corvus will roll a history.
You know nothing. You've not
I know
heard of it.
nothing.
You've heard of nothing of like this, nor have you, Corvus.
I am going to attempt to learn more about its properties. So push a little bit on it, tap a little bit on it, and such.
You get that. Well, frankly, with its size and it's not particularly hollow, you get that metallic funk. You push on it, doesn't seem particularly malleable. In fact, seems very, very tough for its weight. You'd expect it to be a bit softer for some reason. You sort of even try scratching on it a bit and not a mark.
I will take a dagger and do a slight slice, see how easily it could be scratched or slightly chipped.
Okay, you draw your dagger across it, putting a considerable bit of force, and there is not a mar on it. Sparks a bit.
This is quite interesting.
Does someone have a magically enchanted blade that they can
I pull out one of the 3 that I have.
Alright, which one are you pulling out?
You know what? Let's go with the Moon Touched. It's the most mundane of all of them, and also, actually, Moon Touch doesn't require.
That's a good idea.
does it?
Yeah, nope, no attunement needed.
No, yeah, and I'll first of all try the really minor chip.
Okay.
See if I can. How
just try to.
So you smack it very lightly, and everyone, you're suddenly blinded momentarily as the brightness of the moonblade increases tenfold. That faint blue light now suffusing the area, glowing very, very brightly until it's pulled away from the metal, which it returns to its normal dimness, with not a mark on the metal itself.
Carrick, the rock.
Did you say eat the rock?
Aren't you just gonna cock it like so does it enhance stuff?
I'm trying to remember. Did
It would appear to do that. I can't not see right now. This is wonderful.
Did we use detect magic on it last time? Because I just can't remember if we did or not.
I'm fairly certain we didn't.
Nope.
Okay.
Detect
Give me
magic
a
amplifies
couple
spell.
moments.
Karishna knows
I'm
where
glad.
every
I'm glad I
single
didn't
magic
do
item
it
on the planet
because
is.
I was worried.
Actually,
I'd
no,
go blind.
yes. Character, because I can scroll up from last week and there's a detect magic mixed in there with all the stuff involving that rock.
I thought he did that with the armor of
Yeah,
the guys.
he did that on the armor.
Oh,
He
Yeah.
did it for the
Yeah.
armor because
Okay.
that was part of that. Because I listened to the game earlier.
Okay.
But he did that because we were handling the guys, and then the rock was being handled amidst that, and he was busy dealing with the
Okay.
guys' armors.
I can remember we were done that already by then.
I'm going to try casting Presti on it.
Okay, what effect of Presti?
I am going to attempt to use the soil effect on a small section of it.
Oh no, why? I just cleaned it.
Very small. I can unclean it.
Are you dirtying it up or cleaning it? Which
Well, is there actually clean right now, or
I mean, it's still got some like little
Okay.
flecks
It's
of
still
mud
got
on it
stuff,
because
so
it was basically
then
washed
I'll try
off.
the clean effect. I'll try the clean effect.
Okay. Normally, you know that this couldn't clean more than a foot of cubic space. Suddenly, the whole rock is gleaming clean, and you even see a lot of the mud around it suddenly vanish. The floor losing some of its dirt.
Eat the rock and take your power.
It does seem to be amplify magic effects, and as you have it up on the tensor's floating disc, it makes you a little curious about that.
Yeah.
Cassie,
Not
think
gonna
of the
try messing with that one.
horseshoes.
What was that?
So Cassie, think of the horseshoes.
I'm making an Arcana check.
And she's actually actively avoiding touching it because she's afraid of electrocuting everyone.
But with that Arcana as well, you are going to recall that there have been some writings on metals and even plants and so on that enhance magical properties. Nothing quite as potent as this comes to mind.
Do I think casting detect magic will cause a really bad effect?
I mean, detect
With how
magic.
this is amplifying.
Detect magic can't do anything particularly destructive.
You're just going to see all the magic in the world, that's all.
It's just going to enhance the range of it, really. If it works like your
If you would guess if it's going to do anything, it will enhance the range.
We're gonna do it not using a magic item, just in case it causes magic item to explode or some effect. I'm gonna take the time in ritual.
Okay. So your ritual cast detect magic, which you do so on yourself, and then you get the surrounding area, which didn't really pick up anything on this rock last time you did it. But if you're going to focus on the rock, suddenly that rock does seem to glow a little bit. Not so much as it's highlighting as magical, but it is taking in some of that magical energy. And suddenly, even those party members that aren't close enough to you you can see their magical items glowing. You can feel some magical properties off in the distance. Maybe, if you had to guess, 2 miles out.
Okay. I wonder what happens if I cast.
vaguely where Tarnstead was.
I wonder what happens if I cast. I'm familiar with this. Out of
Yes,
character, not in
start
character.
experimenting, please.
I have a thought. The spells that you use very frequently, Karak, like the what was it, the acid and the poison. Touch it and cast through it in a direction not around any of us. Maybe if you touch it, it will amplify your own magic as well.
RG's going to eliminate. Like, if I can err against me with the whole thing of throwing acid in the middle of the
Not
floor.
actually casting that. I meant hit the button.
Just
That's
a
right.
basic ability that has some sort of effect.
How is everyone feeling?
I can see magic really far away right now.
Oh,
How is
okay.
everyone feeling?
Good.
A little
feel-
beat up.
Oh,
I will gesture for Cass to come slightly nearby,
Yeah, little.
and then
Oh, yeah, that's actually a better
Yeah, we'll
plan.
be up to.
Better plan.
in that case, if everybody's there, that's
this
single
is not going
creature,
to
single
bring
creature.
back the dead, is it?
Oh,
In that case, I will just touch the rock and cast
Mass Cure
Mass Cure
Wounds?
Wounds.
Okay, right. So you touch Mass Cure Wounds, and suddenly life blossoms. Trees that were looking a little worse for wear seem to restore. All of you are restored to full HP, and then get an additional 30 temporary hit points on top of it that will last for a week.
that's perfect.
And as far as you can tell,
That's sick.
this wave of healing energy just streams off through the woods.
Oh, no.
Does it, since
Bye.
we
This
have
could be
it,
problematic.
does it affect the bodies?
The bodies do not get up, and you do not see them stitching up their wounds or anything. They seem to be dead and injured as always.
Okay, so it doesn't have any effect on the dead. This is good.
Okay,
So
now
it
cast
just-
Revivify.
No.
I don't have
Um,
it. So no.
I do.
So
It's good you're
seems
locked
to
away now.
Just straight amplifies, at least on what we've used so far.
When
I-
Corvus looks at it after what Teleday did, does it look any weaker?
I don't know how metal would look weaker, but no,
Less shine.
Crumbling or
there's no change in its appearance as far as you can tell.
Okay. Well, it's either an unlimited tap or it has some limits, and we just don't know if it is yet.
yes, those are certainly the exact two options there are.
Yes.
Or
is
possibly
this
recharge every day at dawn.
Is the
I'm just gonna walk over to it and go, I'm gonna do something dumb, back off.
I was the
how
one that does
dumb?
things dumb.
Dumb is the only something I can do.
Bearing in mind
Try
that,
not to destroy it.
bearing
I
in
mean, I don't
mind,
think it's gonna get
RG,
destroyed in this.
Telday's magical healing tingle wave went way far away.
I mean, I can't shoot waves of stuff, but RG's basically gonna slap a hand on it and try and discharge a key point into it.
Okay. RG, you swear you feel a little bit of yourself crumble away, but nothing happens.
Okay, that did nothing.
Oh no, don't tell me it's a philosopher's stone.
Corvus is going to untie his cloak of billowy and tie it to the rock.
Okay, that cloak is now going in the wind as if it's a fucking gale storm.
I mean, on the one side, I'm not doing the other dumb thing, would be magic punch it.
Yeah, let's not magic punch it.
I considered it.
Let's not try to destroy it.
is
that is
Yeah, we
humorous.
should get out of here.
since I've cast it previously, is the disc appear normal size and everything?
It appears normal size, yeah.
So it didn't
Can carry so much.
I don't want to test the theory though on how much it can carry at this point. 'Cause I don't.
So, anyways, we should get this thing back.
Yeah, let's get it.
How is
Secured.
Gifton going to come
Just
back?
scry.
Okay.
I told her scry, and she can figure out how to get around from there.
All right.
Mostly because then she's gonna jerk it over character. You still got the weird magic hoodoo shit going on.
Right, so you'll
Yes.
start carting the rock back over to the little Fardo. And when you get over there,
Possibly.
Dingus comes diving down, going meep 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 meep, and he starts flapping about, looking desperately amongst you all.
She will be back.
Yeah, she'll be back tomorrow. She had to do something. It's okay. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
And
You have another important job here.
Carrie is with her. She will be fine.
meep 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 meep. And Dingus settles down on the roof of the Fardo, just sort of looking around the woods.
Did anyone else imagine him like cat art, pack arch, all that, like just?
His head sort of dipped down, and he's just glancing around.
Quick, get him to sit on the rock and see if he turns into a gigantic dragon.
No.
Afraid you were going to say that.
No,
I'm
have him
not-
sit on it and have him use
definitely not saying
his natural telepathy to try to contact Gifton. Everyone in the world will
The
hear
meep that resounded around the world. Why is everyone getting
Several
rectangles in their heads?
Anybody remember the end of Kingsman?
around the
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so you get back to the Fardo. What are you doing with this rock? You're just going to try and cart it along on this this magic blimp seems to be working.
How long does that disc maintain itself, Carrick?
I can keep that going for it. Keeps itself up for an hour, but I can recast it before that.
Maybe the duration lasts longer now?
It may.
I mean, we'll find out.
Yep.
So
Okay.
If there's anything else we're doing with it.
Tie a rope to it so it tugs along? Or do you actually mentally float it along?
it will stay close to me.
Okay.
I'm basically going to bring it up alongside the Vardo, and we're going to be moving very slow.
I was seeing if my father
That's fine.
had anything in his books in regards to this. I don't recall anything, but doesn't hurt to take another look.
Thankfully, you were already moving very slow in the Fardo, what with it being non-real
roads.
Yeah.
road. Yeah.
Well, now
One-
we're down to 20 foot around.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
But
fine.
you load up and you start travelling amidst Dingus's worried meeps from the rooftop.
oh god.
Especially when you guys start driving
Yes,
away.
then they really redouble.
Dingus, come down here with me and Talia.
Meep, 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 meep. And he stays up there, sort of looking back from whence he came. Meanwhile, there is a cloud following along quite happily.
Oh.
Oh god, can you imagine if Gifting casts that spell with S out of character? What might happen?
We never get solid again.
And
Or might move this faster.
you
speed
resume your
faster.
journey. In the Feywild, it's not long before your friendly satyr returns with looks to be decent firewood, and he's carrying berries and what looks like to be a wooden bowl full of water. And he just sort of sets this stuff down and goes, I should have company arriving soon, and we will make sure that you are unharmed during the night. There's a
Thank you.
trusted word.
You are a kind friend. Thank you, Borum. What favor was it that you were wanting to ask me?
I was going to ask before I realised who you were. I was going to ask that you give me a dance or something of the ilk.
I would gladly do that when I am a bit more capable.
Yes, I see that you are quite rounded.
So I'll be having children, I think, this season.
You'll get... Can you explain?
When Oberon cursed the group of Fae that was with Titania, and they went out into the mortal world, they became mortal, and so we have children like they do.
What is that like?
It'll be a new experience. I haven't had it done myself quite yet, so but you know, I was raised by my parents, and it seemed like it was all right.
Oh, what a marvel!
I know.
I would like
It's
to.
kind of.
I would like to try that someday. Wonder if it's possible.
I believe it is.
Well, you rest comfortably, and even as you're speaking, you start to see trees shifting in the sort of surrounding area, and they seem to be moving closer, circling in as if to obscure this area. and we will make sure that you are quite safe.
Thank you. Is it all right? Would it be all right? Do you think it's safe to sing here tonight?
I
I
think
usually sing at night a bit.
song is not an unusual thing in the Feywild.
All right, thank you. And then I'm gonna hunker in for the night. And I'm gonna do my usual
As you
things.
and Care hunkering together, you can hear Reg going, "What the fuck?" And he just seems to be taking care of Marlon, who is still out.
Yeah.
Right. The travel continues in the outside world, and basically the rest of the day goes by before night starts to fall, and you find, it's not quite the most even clearing, but there is a clearing, trees close enough by to make good building material. You're pretty sure this is where you marked on the map. There's a body of water not too far off. You have arrived in the place of Beacon.
Okay.
Wow, that was a fast trip.
Yes.
It really helps when somebody, yeah.
Well, that was like several hundred miles, wasn't it?
Hand wave.
Wow. No, I know what it is. It was that freaking rock.
Is there anything in the book?
Yeah, sure.
About this metal?
Yeah.
Give me a investigation check, please. Okay, you look through the book. You do find mentions of metals that do enhance magical properties, but again, none as powerful as this.
No.
It does mention that a lot of these metals, beyond your usual golds and silvers, some of the rarer ones are a little hard to work and still maintain their magical potency. If they become tainted in the process, they tend to lose a lot of that ability.
Well, alright.
And you will settle down for the night. As do Gifton and Care in the Feywild. In the Feywild, Gifton, it's actually been a fairly comfortable night, despite being out in the open, even without the fire. In fact, you found you had to move away from the fire. It was getting too warm. The temperature here just seems to be... Yeah. The temperature here just seems to be nice, level, comfortable. You are very, very gently awoken by the Borum going, "My lady? My lord?"
Yeah.
This morning.
Oh, thank you. I didn't really notice the difference.
The light cycle here is a little unusual, but...
Thank you so much. I'll get myself back together. By the way, last night I did pray and make sure that Aya knew where I was. And I prayed to Raz, let him know where I was. And prayed to the people that mattered, told them where I was, and that I was going to be okay.
Did you pray to Lucifer?
Lucifer didn't care about anything about me, but I may have prayed to let Zachiel know, hey, I'm stuck in here now. Whoopsie daisy.
And as you sort of awaken, you sit up and you do see Reg sitting up against one of the walls here with Marlon, who now seems to be awake, wide-eyed, and Reg just seems to be talking to him very hushly, gesturing around. And Marlon goes, "If you are quite safe, then I shall depart with these humans and see them safely."
All right, we will head off then. Thank you again so much.
And do call on me anytime you please.
I'll have to hope that you're the one that answers. I don't really seem to have much control over who comes.
Well, I'm glad it was me then.
Maybe I'll try to reach you from here sometime.
Please do. In fact, I will try and arrange for there to be some way to contact me from here. I know a few pixies that are friendly, and they won't ask questions.
I will I will do what I can. And I hope I get to see you some more, and maybe you can see my kids.
That would be the utmost delight. My lord and lady, I wish you all good health, and to your children as well. And he does a flourishing bow again.
Safe journeys, and I'll see you in a year.
Safe journeys to you as well. Right, come humans, let's show you some of the delights that the Feywild has to offer. And that makes Marlon's eyes go a bit wider, but Reg is tugging him up. And
These we call man-eating plants.
Waves.
and you see Borum starting to lead them along, and you swear the trees seem to move along with them, as if making a protective vanguard.
I'm gonna look over at Karen and go, well, I guess we head back.
I guess so. This was the way people talked about Feywild. It made it seem a lot scarier than this was.
Oh, that's because we didn't leave the safe zone here, sweetie. You want to go walk around for a bit?
He peers off into the trees briefly before slowly shaking his head.
Peers off into the trees. Here's the mad giggling.
All right, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of a hopping. I won't be able to teleport us directly where they are, I think, with the one ability. Yeah, it's a general place that I can send us to, and then I'm gonna have to use the tree portal to get us to them.
Well, more time alone together.
Yeah. Any place you feel like going first on the material plane?
Ooh, on the material plane, you say?
Yes, on the material plane. Is there any place you'd like to go, hopefully with a tree?
Should we go get some breakfast?
Where should we go get breakfast?
I don't know. Now, I know Wyndon has lots of delights and such, as does Dolphwood, but I really, really liked the breakfast. I really liked the breakfast at Coyercroft. It was really delightful, that short stop in there.
Oh.
It's such a little niche town that you barely even think about it. It's like it slips your mind that you've ever even
I know,
been
right?
there.
But
I know
some of the best food we've had.
They had that really lovely willow tree not far from. Yeah, you know what? Let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
And they have those real. They make the best bread.
They
so,
do.
Yeah,
We struggled through that fucking statement.
Yeah, you were having trouble with that. We're gonna plane shift to Claycroft to get it on the map.
Don't do it. It's a trick.
All right.
And then I will during breakfast, while we have breakfast, I will scry, not Carrick, not Corvus, not Cassie. RG.
A tree than anyone.
RG, you had been awake for a while now. You did your trance early into the night, and you've been sort of waiting expectantly, knowing that she was going to do this. You're waiting near a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, and you feel probing.
She'll kind of cock right up for a second, then just breathe in, breathe out, and kind of let happen.
Okay. All right, Gifton. Suddenly, you see Artie standing underneath this great big fir of a tree.
I figure by now she'd probably just climbed up and sitting on a branch or something.
Or even that.
Yep. Alright. So I am I'm going to try and commit that to memory while we have breakfast, and I will tell Carrot we should get extra breakfast to bring back for Dingus and Dazzle.
Yeah, by the way,
And
Dingus
then-
has basically been meeping through the night, hasn't really slept.
Kind of figured.
The question of the day: Did Dazzle did come to land before?
Yes,
we're off,
she
right?
did.
Okay, I'm like suddenly like I wanted one of us go suddenly running out to catch her. Actually, would have been Featherfall.
Yep. And then I will of course cast the tree travel to get us home after we have breakfast.
RG, a bit below you, as you're sitting up in the branches, you see a rift opening up in the tree, and then Care comes through carrying Gifton. And seemingly a little
that
basket
lunch.
of food. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. How'd you actually just swing down from the branch and land from and brush up and go, hello?
And it's a Claycroft.
And Dingus basically thumps into Care, who actually almost staggers back.
Dingus, I missed you so much. I didn't
And you
wanna
hear
go
Care going,
without you.
ow, claws! As Dingus basically digs his claws in to cling to his chest so that he can, like, position himself to prod at you with his snout, trying to cover you with his wings.
I'm like hugging on him really
In the process of
hard,
Carol
giving
falling
him
over,
kisses
Archie
all
will
over.
just grab
I
him
don't,
and
you
pull
know,
him
I
up.
don't want. Oh, my poor
Ah!
dingo. Oh, my poor dingo. Oh, my baby. We brought you breakfast back. I'm sorry, I ran out of spells and I couldn't get back.
And he seems to ignore the basket and is just wrapping his neck around you.
Oh, sweetie.
And then the suffocation happened.
No, I know. We're never gonna do that again, okay?
Dingus bobs his head a little bit, which basically just rubs it against you.
Just tug on Dingus's neck and give him kisses.
Okay,
And pets.
right, how about I put the both of you down? Ow!
Okay.
Dingus, Claws, buddy, please. And will basically take.
Extract himself.
Yeah, he's gonna start trying to like tug at Dingus. He's gonna hand the basket off to Argy first off, and then just sort of try to unlatch Dingus from him as he goes over to the Fardo, where I assume you guys set up a campfire for the night and so on.
Yeah. And
Are you all right, Care?
Cooking. So
I'll just take the basket and casually bring it over to Garrick and just offer it.
I think this is the worst wound I've ever taken.
All right, come with me.
Need some healing?
I will lead him toward the rock.
And your
making
gentle
sure he's
healing
dead.
touch, beloved wife, would be very welcome.
Trust me. I can help you in a very
I'd really rather have my wife's touch, thank you.
gonna put his hand on the rock and just healing word.
Okay, so Gifton,
Heal.
you now get to see this effect. Tilde puts his hand on the rock and focuses on Care, and you can almost see this magical glow emanating from the rock and just surrounding Care, who heals fully and is going to get some temporary hit points as well.
and 12 points of sneak attack damage.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's still turned on. Yeah.
I started laughing about.
I forgot to turn some of these things off.
That is amazing and best.
Oh, that's really neat. Can I play with it? Please?
The thaumaturgy that broke the world.
Be careful. Seems to amplify any magic.
Yeah. That's entirely what I want to do.
My detect magic was working miles away.
That's entirely what I want to do. Can I do that, please? Please, 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 please.
Probably
Please,
not.
no.
Remembering how the
No,
Elan Temple went.
No, this will be really useful, though.
Okay.
Can I?
If you believe it's safe, yes.
Right. Cool.
Care will set you down near the rock, and then he seems to cover his ears as if like expecting that's what it's gonna be. Very much knowing his wife's favorite spell.
Oh no.
That's not gonna help you.
Oh dear God. Okay.
Oh no.
I have the power to move you.
Right.
By the way, I'm casting this at level 8.
Oh, fuck.
Okie doke. Right. So, Sam.
Yeah.
Within a mile, what do you want to do?
I am going to create the foundations of Beacon.
Okay.
I was like, as she's doing that, and
I want to dig that, that trench I was talking about? Making that big circle trench. I'm making foundation holes and I'm leveling everything out and I'm just kind of clearing
So,
it out.
you know that plan you had that was going to take multiple castings and so on?
God.
You get it all done basically within the span of this single spell.
as you're starting, RG does scramble back up a tree.
All right. So,
Like, nope.
after that, because that's cool and all, right?
Mhm.
I would like to because I have my trench. I'm doing the create water.
Mm-hmm.
And then
You're making a moat.
And then I'm gonna transmute rock and make the thing. And then I can't do any more because I ran out of spell slots and I can't do my wall stone. But I pretty much have this shit done.
Okay.
Oh wait, I can. Oh wait, no, I can't.
Are you counting for the fact you long rested?
Oh, I think I can. No, wait, I had to plane shift and then I had to transport.
Yes.
So yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't. I was like, wait, I might be able to still do the wall of stone because I want to do the wall of stone
Okay,
with the rock.
so you
Yeah, I
all
was gonna say,
watch.
isn't that stone shape? That's a level 5. You should have level 5
No,
stones.
wall of stone is a level 5, but I had to cast
So we
one.
basically watch Game of Thrones building block cities.
One was transmute rock, which I had to turn the mud into rock, basically, and because I have to have rock to put the stone on. That's the way wall of stone works. It can't be adhered anywhere. And I'm assuming, Allie, with me clearing everything around, there's not enough stone here that I could just jump straight to stone.
There is stone here. There's actually boulders and shit.
Oh well, if I could move the rocks or the earth around to get the rocks in places where I need them, then I'm just gonna do the wall of stone.
Yeah, no, you
And
can
then
do that.
I'll do that as my big spell, and then I'll just slam that down.
Right. Watching Gifton work, you all can't help but feel that worrying implication of how much this is boosting magic. She is controlling the very earth around this area as if it was nothing with a single spell cast.
Carrick, have you tried this?
We should stop.
Arju's just going to, from where she was in the tree, hanging upside down on a branch base. She's going to go, I'm really glad they didn't get a hold of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't
Also,
want. We don't want to create a namesake with this thing. There's a lot of magical energies.
Did you tell Raz about this?
Not yet.
No.
Namesake Corvus, we literally are known for helping save 2 different cities. We've created multiple things. We're creating a town where we've already teleported.
We've named this town
in
Corvus,
the
can I borrow
past.
This
Corvus?
is becoming a beacon to something.
Hey, Corvus.
Yeah, beacon.
Are you finished with the stone to Raziel?
Yes, he contacted me. He needs to talk to me in a more appropriate means.
Can
Hey,
I borrow?
Delta, have you tried doing that sending thing with touching the rock?
Not.
Try sending ascending to Raziel and let him know about the rock and see how many words you can use.
I am unsure if it would work as privately as it may normally.
Oh, well, can I just have the sending stone?
I've given it back.
All right, cool. I'm gonna be quietly working on my sending to Raziel.
Alright, that's well, that is sure a thing, Cares, sort of staring at the rock. Talia is actually going to wake up, rubbing her arms a bit, go, oh, it's kind of chill here.
It is one of the colder areas. Gonna bring her some breakfast since I've been cooking.
Oh, you're going to make us a really warm home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I can make a stone building tomorrow if you want.
Yeah, I mean, oh,
Just some place where we could hide out inside to stay warm.
Kay is actually going to sort of glance up and go, actually, if we're worried about this broadcasting, maybe we can ask Raziel to get someone he knows to look towards us, see if it picks up.
I'm more concerned about a certain dragon that's being drawn to some particular magical items that account has. This may supersede this.
Isn't that more or less what we wanted anyways, to get it away from Wyndon? It's going to be a smaller town.
I mean, if that works, we just move this out before the year and start casting, right?
Yeah, move out and we just start sounding the trumpets.
In fact, that might be a good idea to do in general.
We just need to make sure wherever it is, nobody else can get a hold of it.
All right, that's my sending.
Okay. We found the dreamer rock.
I mean, technically, you didn't flatten a mile. You've made divots also, so you actually deflattened something.
It was a process though, because I could.
I think it goes sound a lot more threatening than it really should.
Yeah.
You're going to after a few minutes going to book some leave with Thomas. I'll be down there soon. Please try not to destroy the surrounding area. Love you, Raz.
Aw, he used words for that. Aw. I didn't have any left.
The idea of not using it too much might be a better idea in a different method. We don't know.
Probably. Who knows what this might be flaring up in the distance, but I wouldn't mind using it again tomorrow just to get, because I could build a if I have my spells back tomorrow, I could make a stone basement maybe. I could just force this into the ground and we could keep it somewhere until we're ready to do something with it.
That may be good.
And then at the same time, I could build us a shelter for just being here for now, and we could use that as our base of operations until Cassie can build us proper homes. It won't be pretty, but it'll be secure. It'll be. I can make it like foot thick stone walls.
Do we know how long until the actual supply train gets here? We should probably do that before they arrive. Yeah.
I can do that tomorrow, though, probably.
Right, okay.
Cass is looking at all this going, well, I don't have to flatten this area now. Okay.
Yeah, I saved you time, so you can just get right to the good stuff.
Well,
And all of a sudden, Cass holds out her arm and the axe comes out and she's like, I need to go chopping.
Cassie, if you've got a spare axe, I can help you.
Shouldn't
Cass
you eat first?
slowly turns and looks at, who said that?
It was Care.
She looked, do I have a spare axe?
You gave yours to your brother, I thought. Or what
Nope.
did you give him?
I gave him one of my hand axes.
Oh.
I have multiple.
She's saying she has like 100 axes.
I had bought multiple
Cash.
because I was going to use them as a throwing weapon.
Why don't you eat breakfast before you go
Yeah,
exert
Dingus,
yourself?
Dazzle, come have breakfast.
Okay. And Cass is going to shove the axe back into her arm.
Dingus, who has not left your side, will sort of start nudging you towards breakfast.
Oh, I will sit there and pick at the food, but I'm basically doing the thing where I make Dingus eat a nibble and then I eat a nibble. I give him bigger portions.
RG?
Yeah.
I don't remember you eating anything since we've left Dolphood.
I was going to go, I had some, I thought. And kind of, she sits there counting out on her fingers and goes, maybe I didn't.
Actually, no, unless you ate last night. I don't remember you seeing you eat either.
Carrick would, since Carrick would be the one usually cooking, Carrick probably would have noticed.
You alright?
Feel fine.
I'm going to.
I
take
can
time-
look her over if you have any concerns.
Might be a good idea, he says, looking at you, Archie.
Been a while then. I'm gonna finish handing out food to everybody, including Care and Gifted, because I have not heard yet that they had eaten.
There is also a food basket here as well.
Yeah, I know. I handed the
I
basket.
I did hand the basket to you.
Kit will take a
gonna-
tiny bit of something.
Yes, just pretend that we need to eat. Yes. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day though. If we don't have anything planned, I'm gonna go spend 8 hours doing that.
Not touching the rock.
Not touching the rock.
What kind of plant growth are you doing?
I'm doing the 8-hour kind.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Actually, I might touch the rock.
Oh dear God.
It's enriching the soil.
Incredibly fertile land. Hell,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
incredibly land. I'll do it. Hell yeah.
Okay.
Artie's
Well, you've no idea how far that's gone.
What'd you say?
You've got no idea how far that's gone.
That's fine.
Allie's just sitting there going, like, what have I done?
No,
Remember the Gillen Temple? The guys
Elliot.
just sitting there going, "What the hell?"
I expected this kind of
Suddenly
thing.
more?
I'm just delighted it's actually happening.
Take this, Brast.
We're going to become the prime supplier of everything.
This will be the finest year for crops everywhere.
So, starting to eke into downtime. Over the next few days, you can start to get the foundation situated. You can create a temporary stone shelter, a sizable one at that.
Especially using the stone.
Might not actually be that temporary in the end.
But with Wall of Stone, if I cast it on stone, it's permanent. It won't even get dispelled by magic. So
yeah. So you find that you have a finer control over it as well. It's not crude rock surfaces. You can actually get it very smooth, very nice looking, very shaped.
I will make it look good without having to do stone shaping extra.
Cass, you start felling the trees with bees with your strength, and Cass help. You know, he's helping. He can hold the spoon.
He's got 19 strength right now.
He does. You start to get lumber supplied for the construction. You're going to go about putting the rock beneath ground. You're going to create a secret hideaway for it.
Yep, I will. I'm gonna basically use another casting to use the mover to make a big a pair of basements, because Carrick wants a basement, but I'm gonna make a basement in a storage building basically for this.
Could you use that rock to
or unless Carrick wants it in his basement. Carrick, do you want this in your basement?
I don't know if putting it in the basement of the
You're going to have magic children. That seems like a bad move.
Putting it in that'd be the basement of the tavern. So that might be not the best place to hide it.
I mean, anywhere within range of the kids.
Captain, if you are asking for basements, I could use one.
Might I suggest you don't put it in anybody's basement if you plan to move it out later?
Yeah, I won't put it in anybody's basement. I will put it in the amount of land that Gifton's having. Because she's walling off her building area. I'm just gonna have it under the ground in one side of the courtyard.
Okay.
And there's going to be no entrance into it unless Gifted opens it up.
Good plan.
So it's just going to be in a box down there. So Gifton's going to lock it up completely under the ground. And then I will make basements for everybody that wanted basements. I'll do foundations, stone foundations for everybody who wants stone foundations. And I will prep a whole bunch of main building areas and a couple like stone lean-tos for when the people eventually arrive. Because I can do that.
Stone flop.
Might it be can you literally create like a stone plain beneath the city?
Yes.
Because
I can also make a road.
Well, I was wondering if because
both solid ideas, frankly.
Putting a rock, basically you build your walls and then everything within the walls about 4 or 5 feet down is nothing but a solid sheet of rock.
I can do that.
And then the foundations are grown out of that. That way we never have to worry about anyone tunneling up from underneath us.
Except for people using the exact same spell.
Yeah, I will say though, it will eat into my amount of time for doing it, and I need to do it probably with the rock to make it reasonable.
Ah, okay.
So because I can only do a certain amount of area for the shaping of doing that, because I basically have to have rock there to add rock. So once there is any kind of rock there, I can thicken it up, and then we need to pile dirt up. So we basically would be raising the whole city. Well, we could lower it, but yeah, I'd have to basically lower the whole city down a lot, then add the basements below that, and then do everything else. So, I mean, if we want to do it that way, we could, but I just don't know. Do we need that kind of stone? I was thinking more or less I might make a nice road through town and start making a road north before. Gifton's probably going to go to lockdown within a week. So...
Yeah, Gifton, it is getting harder to move.
It's getting
way harder.
I'm getting very tired.
Yeah, it's hurting.
Move and then let her go into her hideaway.
Yeah. With that spell, before you settle down, with care carrying about and so on as well, you could conceivably make a road most of the way to the old Tarnstead road, skirting around it.
Okay. All right, I will do that.
That's going to be a surprise for the caravan.
Feeling a nice road.
And yeah, you guys have a very nice foundation here. Cassie can actually start working on getting buildings up. And yeah, within a week's time, Gifton basically secludes herself. and you see Care every now and then, but he seems very focused on her. It's Stingus that actually mostly comes out meeping at Carrick at dinner time.
I figured that. I'll be giving food. By the way, I'm also going to assist if Cass needs to be bigger for any reason. I can do it for a minute at a time.
Cass won't move big tree.
Cass is probably going to be moving a lot of, chopping down a lot of trees and then moving them into the city itself before she starts really working on anything.
And weeks start to go by. And even in this time span, you see berry growing bushes are growing a lot of berries. There is a lot more flowering. There is a lot more, there's a lot more very nice mushrooms that are appearing in the local area. Thankfully, Gifton does not have the same allergies. You see them growing off trees, just in patches. Very tasty. And with the knowledge in the group, you can identify which are deadly, which aren't, and thankfully most of them are very edible. And yeah, the land is supplying a lot to you.
Of course, collects the bad ones.
And within a few weeks, the caravan arrives. There seems to be a whole lot of tradespeople. There's a lot of warforged with them, which Telde, you get a lot of greetings. There is a lot of clanking hugs that happen on that day.
Clank, 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 clank.
It's not in the middle of the night.
Including Nathaniel.
Oh, yeah.
It is good to see you.
It is good to see you as well, my friend. You have done a lot in our absence.
It was mostly others.
How did you come to erect things so quickly?
Through the power of montages. Wait, no.
And Nathaniel nods in understanding.
I have seen these.
I just sat there and I played and I played and played.
I understand. The work seems to blur by once you lose your mind in it.
That's what all the rest of us did while Cass and Gift and all the work. The rest of us played musical instruments.
And then
That empowers me.
not a week after that, Raziel arrives on horseback. Which he looks very disgruntled about this. Did not enjoy this form of travel. And
the land of normies, Raz.
Gifton, what you hear from that is outside your house one day, just, little sister, I'm here. I'm giving you my love, okay?
Love you too, brother.
But he actually comes up to you, Telde, and I was asked to bring something to you. Yeah, and he actually holds out a rather large sealed package. Looks like it flexes, so it looks like it's a lot of papers.
Oh, thank you.
Orders of a sort.
Take it.
Yes.
Fiction. Of course.
And he just nods at you and leaves you to that. And Telde, if you do open these up, these are worded in a way that it's not directly ordering you, but is very much a report here if you are to be assisting in the search for the missing scientists and the prototypes. And then it goes into a whole lot of detail. There are dossiers in here. There is the history of the scientists. There is information on where they lived.
Excellent. I would like to say in the time before people arrived, I did a little looking around, checking to see about wildlife and if there were any problems around.
You do at some point, you do a bunch of scouting and you find some elk and boar in the area. You do see signs of wolves pretty far out, but you don't see them yourself. Nor do you hear them, and you think perhaps they come through the area now and then. It's something worth mentioning, but the town should be able to handle that. But beyond that, the wildlife here seems fairly average.
I'm not very skilled in most of the actual artisan's tools, so I thought that's what I'd do. Let people know.
It's a good idea.
If you
Or not.
mention to anybody, I can't picture anyone in the group going, "Ah, yes, those
The
wolves.
wolves.
We know those wolves."
A
There's
few
some
haunted
bears,
looks on
but they
faces.
just seem terrified at all times.
You just rattle your cans at them and be fine.
I mean, no, that's the bears.
And yeah, you all start to settle into a routine. Telde, do you depart on your quest?
He will spend a bit of time speaking with the various Warforged and making sure people are generally settled and things are pretty much good.
I see you nanny over it, making sure everything's in order.
And then he will meet with a couple people before he leaves to explain that he's departing, and then just slip away the next day.
Okay, who do you inform?
He will inform Nathaniel.
Mhm.
He will let RG know.
Mhm.
And he will tell Care.
Okay.
Care is one of the most important people in the party.
RG will actually give him a handshake and a good luck.
Yeah. And Kay will be like, "You're going to be coming back to us?"
I should return, perhaps soon. I do not know.
However long it takes you, right?
Indeed. If there is any reason for me to return, any emergencies, please feel free to reach out.
And you as well. You know, we'll come running, right?
Of course.
Well, Gibson, not so much.
Some of us. He says with a wry smile. He reaches out and grasps your forearm in a shake. You'll be safe.
Actually, you know what? He'll also take the time to talk to RG and to Cassie.
You already did talk to me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I was one of the people you did it for.
Yeah, I mixed up my list. For some reason, I thought I said...
You're not going to stick your faceplate up against the Brockgren household. Looming eyes. Gifton!
No, it's going to be, I will tell Care, and if Care passes it on, then he passes it on, and if he doesn't, then he'll end up being in trouble for knowing.
I know
that
you're
I'll be
in there,
gone.
Gifton.
Don't worry, I learned thaumaturgy for you, so that I can...
I think that you should all take a moment to appreciate the fact that I didn't immediately thaumaturgy with the rock.
Yes.
I could have been heard.
I did say if you think it's safe, so I hope.
I could have been heard to Winden.
I'm thinking it would have been higher than that.
Well,
the neat rock.
Well, we know why the dragon was coming at that point.
Like we don't already know. It's because Gifton's cried on it.
But yeah, you'll tell a few people. You'll tell RG to let him know when the wedding is, whenever that happens.
Mm-hmm.
RG will actually hand Elda one of the sending zones she has still.
And
Or your
Along
spell
with the
slot.
actual- Yeah. Well, that and also a set that's actually unused, so both halves of it. So just in case you need to contact someone else.
thank you.
Maybe some magic.
Okay.
And yeah, then he'll slip away.
It's like that Telde hates having to cast sending.
Telde departs.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Gifton.
Yeah.
It is just a few months later in the he opens up her calendar. In the
You mean nonal or decil?
in the cold months of Decil, on the third mere day, the 20th, that you have your children. It's a long day, laborious, but not pleasant, but not the most painful experience in the world. As if that blessing does ease this somehow. But soon you are surrounded by 12 beautiful little children. You and Care having quite the armful to deal with. Thankfully, by this point, your deliveries have arrived from Father Christmas. The elven carpenter.
Chris, yeah.
Mhm.
Christoph.
Yep, Christoph.
Mm-hmm. So all of our stuff is here, so we have all the little things. My mom and dad are probably down helping.
They have arrived. In fact, not only did they arrive, other brownies have started to filter into town. Seemingly coming with shipment wagons that have been coming through, as if they have been trying their best to cart ride, hop along, braving, interacting with people. Some of them, which Care has been relaying to you. There's a small family of three. They call themselves the Warm Halves. They're settling in, trying to find a place.
Well, they can probably, stay in our bigger property till they can get something settled.
I'm just thinking
We've
about.
got a lot of extra room.
I was thinking about talking to Cass about making a sort of a brownie building, like make it inside like it's its own little town,
Yeah, maybe she'd be in for that. Do you think she'd do that? I mean, she's been so busy.
I think so.
How is she doing? I haven't seen her in months.
She has been working herself ragged. She's very focused in this library, but she can't stop herself from. She sees someone else moving some lumber. She's got to dive in,
Mm-hmm. Oh, it sounds like her. Oh, here, you need to hold this one.
Hello, and this is, and he's going to look at the clothing, because at this point, this is how he's identifying them.
Yep.
This is Thomas.
Yeah.
Hello, Thomas. And he's going to sort of look down at the happy baby who's doing the grabby hands.
Mm.
And well, something else you should know, he says, as he's setting Thomas down, sort of leaning over, tickling at Haley's belly.
Uh-huh.
Got a letter. One of your favourites is on the way. And as he says this, he looks over at Rinsin.
One of my favorites is Raz coming back to visit?
No, the Noran's coming to visit.
Oh, Denora's coming to visit. Oh, that's great.
Said Taylor's coming on as well, which she's gonna. I think he wanted to see Telday, but well,
he's gonna be a little disappointed.
Yes, but
do you think Haya and them will want to come see the baby soon, or should I don't know?
I think so. You've been praying to her, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be here as soon as she's able.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm glad we got a head start making these clothes.
Yeah, hang on. Got to clean up. Think he's just brought something up. And yeah, your days are then basically encompassed by childcare.
Yes, and during this time, of course, Dazzle laid her eggs.
Yeah,
so
Dazzle is brooding over her eggs. Occasionally, it is in fact Dingus that is doing most of it. Dazzle seems to be happy to be able to get up and about again, meeping about.
Figure Dingus is sitting there unless Dazzle wants people to see her on the eggs.
Dingus keeps trying to come and pull the cribs over towards the eggs. Very, very gently.
I will very carefully move cribs closer, but not as close as he wants.
And even as he's sort of sitting amongst the large pile of eggs, you can see him sort of craning his neck up to watch over the babies as well, as if these are also mine. Cassie.
Yes.
Yeah, you've been at work. Rather non-stop. Thankfully, this fancy belt you've got has made it a whole lot easier than you remember. You were already doing the work of a few men at once, and now it feels like you are a whole team in yourself. Unfortunately, no matter how much you can carry and how much you weigh, there's only so much lumber you can position and nail in at once. But boy, are you trying to do up that as well.
For as much as Cass wants to do everything,
you are learning that you can't.
physics say otherwise.
Yeah. But you are managing to get your eye in on most places. Make sure that nothing is going awry. Overseeing some of the workmen that hit, which, while there are some, the mix of humans, elves, dwarves, there are a whole lot of Warforged actually putting themselves to work. Seems some are remembering the skills of their past, and few of them are tradesmen in themselves. In fact, a couple of Warforged have taken it on themselves to basically supply the village with fish each day. Just going out fishing.
Well, that's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I like to imagine that they were just doing the hop in and just crap.
There is one somewhat bereft Warforged that tried to go out hunting, remembering their skills as a stealthy archer, but the new body
Clang, clang, clang.
doesn't allow them quite the stealth that they remember. But they instead take it upon themselves to start trying to teach other people. Argy.
Mm-hmm.
It is not long into the year that follows that you and Marissa, not only do you get married, holding a lovely wedding, which Denorin does show up for.
Mm-hmm. And RJ would have actually let Telday know, see if he could make it back or not.
Mm-hmm. Which unfortunately, Telday, you are in the midst of things.
I will apologize wholeheartedly and attempt to send a very special gift that I will.
Will you arrange for a fruit basket?
I was thinking muffins, but.
And not long after that, you both start talking about children. Gifton having hers, even though you've not exactly been allowed in to see them yet, has caused a little bit of buzz of discussion in town. And Marissa seems interested in doing so.
RJ will actually talk it over with her and make the decision to carry it herself.
Mm-hmm.
That way Marissa can be out and about, because RG's gotten to do more than enough out and about for both of them.
Mm-hmm. So, a little bit of travel later, as you have to go get a blessing. You both then find yourselves in some of the fun of baby making. And not long after, you find yourself carrying. As is our wonderful dragon, half-dragon in the village. There is some talks with grandmother Carrick, as for a moment you think it's affected you both the same way it has Gifton. Maybe you're having a few more children than expected. But as that growth continues, even then that shouldn't really account for it. And after you contact Grandma Lynn, she does explain to you that actually it's not the most common thing, but it is not unheard for two half-dragons to breed true dragons. A quirk of magic in genetics, bringing together old bloodlines.
The plus side of having a lot, so we don't even do it once, because I'm pretty sure that's never again.
Mm-hmm. And thus, Talia also vanishes from most of the village activities for a while as well. And Carrick is suddenly a bit more busy. Corvus.
There's some weird pregnancies going on in your town.
There is.
Doctor.
Marcus, you there?
Marcus? You're muted?
No.
Nope.
Marcus,
Nope, there
you
is.
died.
Hello?
Hello?
Here.
Yes.
Hi.
Now we hear you.
Right, okay. Alright, Corvus. You spend most of your year in study. You are put to work. It's a town in development, people are building. There's going to be some accidents, some injuries. The Warforged seem hardy enough, but the more flesh and blood people that have come to assist do suffer some bruises, sprains, breaks, which you are put to work for.
They are all teachable moments.
They are indeed. But when you're not doing that, or studying the very strange, alarming state of Talia, and checking in on Marissa and RG, which thankfully is far more mundane. And you spend your time.
I mean, kind of
mundane, but still kind of. What?
As far as this
happens?
society is concerned, mundane. This is not an uncommon occurrence.
Right.
You put yourself to study. As you look into your father's work, every day seems to reveal more and more in this book. Passages written that you didn't even realize were ciphers, unveiling whole new passages back in parts you'd already read, whole new ways to arrange words and meanings. And you start to delve into darker stuff. The way to draw on godly power, or draw from the empty, tap into things that you're not supposed to have access to, and leech them, essentially. And it looks like he may have been researching this on behalf of the gentleman, but you're fairly certain this never reached them.
And because it was not all deciphered at the time he gave it to Lady Gentle, not all of this information is in their hands even still.
Exactly. And as you look for it, you start to see a better use for your blade. You can preserve some of that cutting ability, but if you were to work more of its metal into your own body, there's more you can tap into here than just a plain cut in reality. And you see here ways to draw fragments of the empty out. Contain it safely within a vessel. Use it to animate things. And yeah, you start to explore what this could mean. Gifton.
Tell
Yes.
me, why did the reasonable person have to leave town?
Yes, Corvus.
Did Raziel ever give more insight on the arrows? The obsidian arrows?
Yes. When he came down on his visit, he actually explained to you, yes, it comes from a material that the gentleman buried up and that I acquired some of. There's probably more deposits of it out there, but it's, of course, hard to locate, what with it not really showing up magically.
Any ideas of where certain deposits may lie?
Well, this one was acquired from Barast. They posited that there may be more on other continents. Wouldn't know where myself. As I said, I got this from them. But can put some feelers out.
Yes, Denoran could help if he's willing.
You
What is it
realize
called?
Denoran's not my only little spy, right?
I understand that. It's just the one that we know.
It's the one that we trust. And we should.
Somewhat. What is it called? I mean, I'm calling it obsidian arrows. Is the particular name for it?
They just called it Blackstone.
Blackstone.
Not particularly creative, but they're not particularly creative.
Well, at least I have a name for it now. And with some prying, maybe I can do some sort of observational inquiry into the remaining one that Gifton has. I'm not going to destroy it.
That is down to her, isn't it?
Yes,
yes.
She's a bit busy.
A little bit. But yes, I will put some feelers out, and maybe my next time through, I might have some news.
Be very appreciative. There are certain things I want to see if it can benefit us in the long run with.
You guys want me to tap my Blackstone against the magic rock of doom? Want to see what happens, guys?
Gifton.
Yeah.
Emphatically no.
Your babies start to grow much the way that brownie children do, rapidly.
Accelerated.
Yes. Yes. They do start to grow rather rapidly, which you felt like you were barely handling things with care before they start moving about by themselves, getting into all manner of troubles. Some of them starting to flex those little fluffy wings, and while not quite flying, they get up far higher than they should.
How can they jump that high? That's not fair.
And it's within some of this chaotic time, this almost toddler-like period, that you actually get a little knock on the door, and it is a little knock. You've heard this a few times from some of the brownies that have popped by to see Care or to try and see you.
Okay, I'm gonna try and briefly look presentable in the way that a stressed housewife with many children would.
You hear little Fowdy yelling out "Dwar," and then
war,
Dwar,
mama, Dwar.
and then a block gets flung towards the door.
Yes, sweetie, I'm going to pick up the block on the way.
You see Razel chasing Ricky about, both crawling at high speeds.
Oh no!
Yeah.
The epic race.
And
they're going so fast.
As you open up the door,
I've got a bit of a laugh going as I open up the door.
You see the little form of Haya there.
Oh my god, Haya! And I'm just gonna lunge forward and give her a hug.
And she off slightly and sort of wraps an arm around you.
Scoop her up into a swing hug and you go, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Are you doing okay?"
I am doing quite fine. I'm sorry I didn't come by sooner.
Oh, it's okay. You're probably very busy. Oh, are you doing well?
I am doing as well as can be expected, yes. And you, how are you? And how are they? And you see her actually tiptoeing. She is trying to look past you, most definitely.
Oh, I'm going to grab her by the shoulders and just kind of guide her around me and go, "All right, kids, come see your other sister."
What?
Go on.
and you can pull her on in, and she seems elated.
Yeah.
You can see the light in her eyes just lighting up at the sight of these little things, crouching down, picking up Juvel, and just starting to coo over her. And you see her starting to move around as if she's trying to pay attention to all at once.
Going to hand her the block.
And
watch out for that one he throws.
as she as she's going around, you see her turn back to you with a smile, and you swear there's tears in her eyes.
Are you okay, sweetie? Is it all right? I mean, they're fine. They're beautiful, I think, right?
They are the most beautiful. These are the first born from one of my blessings since I was since I was released. It's a happy way to say it.
Well, it is the best blessing that I have ever witnessed in my life, so thank you.
And she actually just sits down on the floor.
I will actually prostrate properly down on the knees and thank you, Goddess Aya.
And she looks at you and actually just lets out a little scoff, like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, but I'm not really good at the whole, talking to you properly, so, I'm trying to do better.
There is no talking properly, it's just talking.
Well, I'm very excited that you're getting to see them.
Yeah, and you see her just sort of, bouncing Haley on her lap, who seems to be reaching for Haya's hair.
Yep. Grab.
Yeah.
You have surprisingly strong grip, child, once you get that hair. Yeah.
And she just goes, "So when are you going to make more?"
Well, I figure maybe after the world's saved,
Okay, then I expect to see lots more of these little cuties, yes.
Oh, yes. Can you believe they came out with wings? I've never seen that before.
I've seen that a few times. Not on brownies, I've never seen brownies before, but...
No, it's new for us.
Well, they're the cutest, fluffiest little wings, aren't they? Yes, they are. And
Raziel's hopefully coming down to visit. He's gonna be taking another trip down, and we're gonna have him see them.
Oh,
too.
I brought him.
You did? Oh,
and Denoran.
Well, we should take these outside for that.
They did not want to be shrunk down, did they? No.
I like that. We should take.
I said I could do it, but they went no, didn't they? Yes, they did.
She's gonna reach into a pocket and pull both of them out.
I did it anyway.
Someone's got to learn. You don't tell God what to do.
I'm gonna grab a kid on my hip and go, okay, well, come on, let's take him outside so they can see.
Kate's sort of going to lean out from the kitchen in that sort of tired way of I am just overworked now, happy but overworked. Goes, do you want me to watch the rest of them while you show some off?
Why don't you take a break, honey, and come on out and see our friends?
He looks around at the children and goes, I fear what will happen.
We'll let them loose out for a moment. It can't go wrong, right? I mean, we've got a goddess and an angel here. What's going to go wrong?
He looks up towards the sky as if thinking about birds, and then you see his fist clench. A little bit of that, holy power that he carries.
Our little house is inside of a bigger house. We're not outside, sweetie. It's going to be okay.
You never know if one will get in.
Quick.
Dingus and Dazzle are in the same room. They would be right there.
Okay.
Get character cast wall of force around everybody.
We're gonna very carefully manage children outside.
Yeah. All right. So you start herding cats.
Yes.
Which Dingus is overjoyed when you come out, and he instantly does a very good job of herding cats.
He's immediately trying to pick them up.
Yeah, you see him very, very gently picking them up by the back of their clothes, just between lips, not even using his teeth, and just sort of moving them closer together. If one starts to wander off away from the group, he takes it, puts it back.
And he's doing that thing where he presses his chin, the bottom of his chin on the pile, the stitch together now.
Just wait a couple months or
a
year.
And some of your children, just starting to get their words. You can hear ding ding,
ding ding,
ding ding,
ding ding, and they're making grabby hands with ding ding. They want ding ding. They always want ding ding.
Which Kay will step on out and just look towards the front door and goes, "It's you can come on in. It's not locked." And the door opens up, and you see Raziel followed in by Denoran, who is also trying to look past Raz. And as he comes on in, he is instantly very, very, very carefully stepping.
Yeah.
And but he lowers himself down to the floor, sitting cross-legged. Raziel still just takes on a sort of little kneeling stance, a little more
appropriate. Not so. Yeah.
Whereas Denoran is like, oh my, look at them! Look at all of these wonderful little Gifton. They are as beautiful as their mother and their father.
Yes, and they have the touch of hair to them. They look wonderful.
Of course, with my dear sweet goddess's blessings, how could they have not been the finest children I have ever beheld, comparable even to mine own?
How many do you have?
Oh, I only have 7. We have gone about it the more traditional means, you see, until our sweet goddess has appeared.
Oh, well, I'm expecting to hear that number go up.
Oh, I will endeavor. And
I'm probably gonna sneak my my ring from Care if he's still tacking it around, and I'm gonna go over and get. I bought magnifying glasses, so I'll go get those out, and I'll be shyly hand those off, and then and I'll probably also get some food from the kitchen because I'm assuming we have our maid by now. So
actually, when you come over with your ring on and pull out a magnifying glass, Doran will take one. Whereas Raziel will sort of just glance at you, sigh briefly, and pull out his own ring. This will be a little change of state for us. And he is going to slip that on.
Oh, you're going to be more human now.
And suddenly he is very browny.
Oh my god, that is hard for Gifted, because that is the cutest thing she has ever seen.
And suddenly she understands why everybody wants to. Now she suddenly understands why everyone wants to pick up Gifted all the time. Oh, this is what this is.
It's very hard to resist Gifted. Not a word outside of this room. Not a word.
Gonna very quietly scoop him up.
This is supposed to be so I can pick up the children, not for you to pick me up. Oh, I don't like this. This is strange.
Well, you need to have the full experience, right before. This is what it's like. Wow, you look really good like this.
I did. Oh, I mean, I've had a few elven forms in the past, so these aren't any strange occurrence. And he flicks one of his ears.
You do it very well, honey. You're very lucky that I met you first, and then I.
Don't worry, I know I'm better looking still.
I'll rest you back down. But I'm gonna go bring snacks and drinks out for everybody.
And they will spend a nice day, basically doting over your children. And Rezio actually excuses himself a little bit through it, and sort of just, is there a washroom? You have a washroom?
Yeah, I have a washroom, and we have a spare room if you want to stay the night. A couple spare rooms for you and Doran.
Oh, I'd like that. And I would like that very much as well.
Yes.
And
I will make sure that there's people rooms available for either of them, because I'm assuming he's going to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Razio excuses himself to one of the washrooms, and you can actually hear him sobbing at one point through this.
Oh, I'm going to sneak in there and give him a hug.
And he'll hug you back, and he seems happy. Just he's very glad to see this happening. Outside in the town, Karist has come along as well.
Oh no.
And just seems to be inspecting things.
Oh, the lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which she's stomping around, sniffing about, and at this point, you guys do have little, not so much market stalls as you haven't really got trade going here yet, but it's essentially where people come and collect their goods for the day. And sniffing about and she's trying to flag somebody she knows down who would be out and about at this point. It's about midday.
Cass is always out.
I mean, midday, probably not Carrick, because Carrick's probably feeding those that eat. So
Archie'd probably still be out and about helping, just keeping track of things in the town, because that's kind of part of her job now.
Yeah.
And she's not at the point where she's more or less immobile.
Yeah. In fact, it's Archie she'll grab as she's looking. She looks over, sees Cass working, and just gives a little nod of her head for you. This is a half elf. No, full elf. What are you?
Well,
It's hard to tell.
You short person.
You are shorter than most. Oh no, wood. Yes.
yeah.
Where is Tarnstead?
Not here. He went and started doing a mission that he had and from her thing that he had for himself to do.
Nah. Sailor. And she looks back over her shoulder and just sort of sitting by a cart that had pulled into town. You see hard to say a familiar looking warforged, as a lot of them look familiar, although you've noticed a lot of them are starting to decorate themselves. It's actually gone beyond cloth and so on. Some are actually starting to reshape their metal. Pauldrons being decorated, some even doing burnishing arts on them. And
They wear flare now.
Sailor stands up, and you see he has this black patterning on his left side now, almost like tattoos worked into the metal, and even has, in very typical fashion, a hoop punched through a part of metal on his helmet, as if to emulate an earring. And he wanders on over and goes, "You have located Telday?" "No, he is not here."
Hello, sailor.
Archie.
He's out. Yeah, he's out doing something for something. He left a while back and said, unfortunately, that he was going to be gone for a while. Do you want to see Nathaniel?
I would like to see Nathaniel, yes.
Come with me. We'll go see him. I have to head there anyways.
And you take Sailor off to see Nathaniel, which Chris seems not at all interested in following. In fact, heads to the tavern, which is well built at this point.
More or less what I figured.
Yeah.
Now she's Carrick's problem.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And once in there, she starts demanding food. Very unceremoniously, just puts coin down on counter.
Not the first run, won't be the last time.
Meat, cheese.
Yes. Okay. Hello again.
Hello.
I am not
I am
interested in your love affairs.
Gonna bring her out stuff. I'm guessing the others are here then, Denoran and the rest of the
Yes,
crew.
the captain has come to see the whelps, and Sailor wanted to come as well. And thus I had to come to watch Sailor and guard the captain.
Well, enjoy while you're here. Give her food.
She are in ceremony. She sits down to eat, deciding that conversation is done. And the year continues onward. There are no few other small visits. Your mother actually does seem to set up work here again, Gifton, taking orders from afar, sending them out on wagons. And yeah, Beacon starts to become a bustling place. Yes.
Question for Sammy and Care. At any point, did they actually bring up the Brownie building?
Yeah.
Yes, they would. Care would have mentioned it to you.
And then Cass would actually have isolated one of the foundations and essentially built a Brownie apartment complex.
Yeah.
And she'll also put in brownie houses, hidden brownie houses in the library in case there's a family that's moving in and still trying to get used to the idea of being out in the open.
Mm-hmm. Gives them some walls to hide in.
Yeah.
You're able to do so. About halfway into the year, the library's already built at this point. A familiar face shows up in town.
Lady Gentle?
Lady Gentle, indeed. She simply comes riding in on a wagon, as if nothing has happened. There's no animosity.
I'm inviting her over to my house for tea and see the kids.
Gifton, at this point, have you started taking children out?
One or two at a time.
One or two at a time? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with at this point the pseudo dragon whelps have hatched.
Yep.
And
so chaos ensues again within the Brockgren household.
Yeah. But it's a relief for one of the adults to get out of the house with one of the kids.
Now, do you try to make it an even rotation, or are there certain kids who seem to go out more often?
No, it's an even rotation, but there's some kids that get to go in groups of two, and some kids have to go alone. Rinson and Thaldir only get to go out by themselves.
Troublemakers.
Yes. But I can get away with teaming some of the other ones up. And you just can't separate the triplets. They get fussy.
Wasn't sure if you were just taking some out because you wanted to keep an eye on these ones at all times, or
no, we're trying to alternate. So we're alternating it out, but yeah. But basically, it's I'm gonna go pick up dinner at the tavern. I'll take such and such, and then they put on the ring, grab the kids, and go.
Which one of the things, Cass, throughout the year that you may have noticed is some of the brownies that have moved in still seem to be trying to travel by traditional means, which is often trying to use a bit of string to bridge gap between buildings rather than take the flooring. And
Cass will set up pathways if you can.
Yeah, you can.
Where it makes sense.
It's not hard to make pathways, little essentially bridges between buildings. Actual stairs leading down from outside. Yeah, and
Probably weird the hell out of the brownies first.
Yeah.
Like they're accommodating. What the fuck?
Like somebody actually made a ladder that goes up. Nice.
Yeah, and you're even able to mark essentially brownie paths on the ground. Even create little tunnels if you so wish. Not particularly hard.
Cass is doing what she can to make it easier for the brownies. But she's also making sure that certain areas that are public venues, such as the little amphitheater we had designed, have seating that's above normal head height.
Brownie boxes.
Yeah, brownie boxes. And she will, with Carrick's permission, build outdoor patios underneath where windowsills would be and flower boxes. Brownie balconies.
They do outdoor seating at the tavern.
Yeah, for the brownies, because the brownies, I think would be a bit more respectable on that.
Do it inside, indoors and windows as well.
Archie's probably also, whenever she finds more signs of it, because she's more visually attentive of some of the group, would probably let Cass know, like, hey, it looks like there's more over this part down.
Mm-hmm.
If she's doing laps of town every day and checking things, that sort of thing, just
And Cass is also
doing her best to do the job.
Abundantly clear that the brownies can come and ask her directly. And she's actually set up a place where
You are
they
basically
can
a
come.
devil horse monster, though.
Yeah, they do seem a bit terrified of you. Not mean. Like, they do try to high polite conversation, but you can tell that nervousness, Cass.
Well,
So
They
they're
can't
going to
stop staring
care
at the
first.
hooves.
We need to get her one of those rings.
she's actually going to set up a platform in the library where they can go, where it will be kind of
High level.
Okay.
where they can look her in the eye and where they can't see the lower half, just to make it easier for them.
Because you are also a very tall person at 6'2".
And yes, it's on one of these days. RG, you're actually talking to Gifton, who's outside at this point, just having that casual conversation catch up, which honestly feels a little strange. The calmness of this year actually getting into a routine. It's still a little off-putting at times. Every now and then you catch yourself thinking, "Oh, we've had chaos most of our time together. This is nice."
Mm-hmm.
But it's at that point,
There's a consistent thought tempered in the back of your head of eventually they're going to be leaving again.
which is at that point that you see this black wagon arriving into town, not the dark wagon of Lord Harkout, no, just a plain painted black to look sensible, with Lady Gentle actually sitting driving the horses, which she
I'll
just
wave her over.
she'll pull it up a little close, but before getting off, making sure the horse is staying put, and walks another. Oh, it's been some time.
Oh, hi, it's very good to see you. These are my sons Thomas and Becaire.
Oh, hello, Thomas. Hello, Becaire. Oh, aren't they adorable little things? No, I hope your health is well, the both of you.
This is doing quite well. Oh, how have you been? We haven't heard from you in ages.
Busy, quite busy. I'm not here right now. She sort of taps the side of her nose in a wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm still back in Wyndon, but I did promise some deliveries here. Does Cassiopeia have a library done? Is that it? That's a building.
Oh, that is in fact it. It's quite the thing. We also have a little theater over there. Hopefully, yeah.
Any plays on?
They're working on one. It's a bit. It's a bit of a different one. I didn't know that they sang a lot in plays, but they apparently do.
Oh,
They've been doing epic dance numbers as well.
impressive.
It's a strange play though, because it's a play about making a failed play to try to make more money. I don't understand.
Well,
They call it the directors.
the directors. Okay. Well, when they're done, do send me a couple of tickets. I would very much like to see it. But yes, I have some books for the library here. Where is Cassiopeia?
Anywhere probably.
Archie's actually going to think for a second. Given it's midday and Archie's right down the lap down, would she know where in the town Cassie was probably?
Yeah, probably.
Archie will actually just look at she's down that way. That's where she's been focused this week.
Oh, right, marvelous. We'll have to go by and see her. And also, is Corvus still in town?
Yes, we haven't been able to get rid of that one.
He's been locked in his room, in his place for several days, I guess.
I have
he's
a few
gotten,
small things for him. Books that just are not suited for the library.
Oh, come by my place later. I've been writing up that stuff you asked for.
Oh,
The
wonderful.
brownie stories and the adventure from my perspective, all that stuff you wanted.
Marvelous. You are very diligent.
I'm still working on my part, but I have a tad bit more time in the long run than they do.
Honestly, I would say it's impressive that you've managed to do that. I hear childcare is rather hectic.
Yeah, luckily I had a lot of boring time during the pregnancy.
Ah, yes, that would do it.
Yeah, that was a good 4-month stretch there with not much else to do, right? But yeah, you should come by. I'll introduce you to the rest of the kids. I've got 12.
Quite a lot. Well, I may be staying in town for the night, so I'll be sure to knock on your door later.
All right, I'll see you later. And I'm gonna tell me, see, that's a nice lady.
And she just sort of gives that little childish wave at the babies before getting back on the wagon and heading over to see Cass. Which Cass?
No, she's not Mrs. Corvus. No.
Cass, you're currently at work on just another basically living home. Most of the main buildings are done. When you see a wagon starting to roll up to you, and yes, Lady Gentle is seated on it, who just gives you a wave.
Cass is giving her kind of the evil eye and waving back.
And she hops down from the wagon and sort of thumps the side of it. Right, these are all yours for your library.
Oh, okay. I think your book is... I think Corvus still has your book. We never got a chance to get back there after everything that happened.
Yes, honestly, lost a little track of the time since then myself. Been quite busy. No hard feelings, I hope. I really had to take that opportunity.
Well, aside from me getting into a fight with the empty, everything's fine.
Did you win?
I'm still here.
Grand then. Well, she's going to look at the wagon, look at the horse, and just sort of... yes, I need to make a drop off with Corvus first, but if you don't mind me popping round, perhaps you can get these things situated?
And Cass is going to go turn around with whatever piece of lumber she had and go, here. And she's going to set it down and leave someone else to grab it before it tips over.
Which a few men actually have to come over and grab that. And she just quirks an eyebrow a bit before... I'm not planning on returning with the horse, so I trust you have somewhere you can keep it?
We can... Cass will go, Carrick!
It's probably in his tavern across town. Cassie would still yell, Carrick.
Yeah.
She'll get it settled.
Lady Gentle just sort of stares at you for a second. Well, I do have to drop things off with Corvus, so if you want to get this thing situated, I'll come by and see your library in a bit.
And Cass is going to go point down the road, go down that way, take a left, and it will be 3 doors down. It's, I think, the blue building.
Okay, thank you. And she'll just continue on foot that way, carrying basically a rather large binding of books.
Building is. It's a grey building.
Corvus.
Yes.
You're currently in the middle of brewing up some horrendous alchemical concoction, which you quickly, put your mask on as it was singeing your nose a bit more than you expected.
Oh, he would have it on regardless.
And you hear a knock at your door.
Patience. Goddamn patience. Nailed their hand again.
Move things, set the reaction to the side, douse it so it doesn't keep reacting. Pull the mask off, head upstairs. He's apron, gloves, goggles, maybe a bit frazzled in the hair. Opens the door. Yeah. Oh,
I've come for you.
I hope you're joking.
Exactly.
Yes, I kid. I've brought you some things from the gentleman's personal collection.
Oh, good. Thank you. Would you want to come in?
Please. We have a few things to talk about.
Quite. Yeah. Just move those over to the side.
Yeah, and she'll actually very, very uncaringly clear off your table before starting to unbind some of the books. Right, a few of these are just informational tomes on the metal, some of their other workings. Just might be handy for you to know. These, however, this is well, this is where the hideouts are.
Oh, good. I was wondering, I got distracted on other things, but yes, I was meaning to go back to that place to see if I could establish some sort of geographic correlation, but that works marvelously.
Yes. Well, of course, know their main location, but they have safe houses. They have, well, this is essentially their network.
Okay. Are they? We've been down here for so long. What is their activities of late?
Ramped up. They are. They were looking for something quite close to here. I assume their failure has everything to do with your lot, yes?
You can assume that.
Now they are going to fallback plans. It looks like they are quite aware of the encroaching things, and she sort of waves up into the air. They're wanting
That's
to.
happening soon.
They are trying to gather materials together to harness one.
It's not a normal dragon. They do know that, right?
And they are quite aware. And, it seems their primary base of operation right now is that lovely continent that keeps popping up, Sahar.
And really?
And they believe that something over there will be able to give them the power to harness these things.
Okay. Hopefully, that's maybe something that we can either collect ourselves or dispatch.
Well, I suggest you investigate it. This has a bunch of leads in it.
Most certainly.
Well, that's all I had for you. Yes, no hard feelings, right?
What can I ask? You left on very suspicious grounds. And I am very inquisitive.
I have been trying
to tell
to
yourself.
I told myself that we could work together. Me and me.
Yes, of course.
Well, one's visible, the other one runs around doing things she shouldn't and nearly getting killed constantly, and she sort of rubs her brow a little bit of that.
You've been running errands for yourself while keeping yourself having an alibi.
They might think you have a network. I'm sorry about that.
I have a network.
And she actually just pulls out of Cedra aside a mask that looks awfully similar to yours. I had to make sure they couldn't see my face, you see.
That's very lovely construction.
Yes, I paid quite a bit for it. But yes, they are a little concerned about these plague doctors. Well, frankly, they are overstating my ability. Reports of these things of me occurring where I most definitely have not been.
Yet.
Are you saying that as confidence that your travels have not maybe been forgotten by yourself in some sort of time mishap?
I'm on quite linear time. I do assure you. I have not been able to figure out how to repeat what you did, but, well, piggybacking off of yours, I was able to set myself off. You see?
No,
I'm quite on linear time. I do assure you. But unless there is another plague doctor running around, I have no idea what to make of their reports.
Yeah. Are there reports in these files?
Oh, yes.
I would be interested to cross-reference that with any activities that you can disclose as far as locations go.
I thought you might. I've already tucked some notes in.
Good. Because it was a concern that I had, and being down here, having to think on it, how has this time stuff? I have not done it of late, but I figured you might have. Maybe ripples.
But
you say you're on linear, so maybe it's, I don't know.
Yes, I am. I'm I don't know what frequent time travel would do to oneself, but, well, that's for you to figure out, isn't it?
That's what I put my nose to these days, besides the occasional nail on a thumb.
Right, well, I should get going. Don't want to be in one space for too long. I need to go see Cassie. I've promised a visit. Maybe I will be around for the night. Could be safe.
Are you resting here for the time?
I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. I'm going to go pay a couple of visits.
You're more than welcome to. And if you want a drink, I know RG has some things in the works, at least.
Oh, very sweet. Well, and you'll be happy to know that it might not be of the matters you're interested in, but I have supplied Cassie with some decent books for her library.
Any knowledge is appreciative when it's nothing but hammers and boards and wood.
I started with the simple things. I thought it would be good for a town like this to have lots of books on agricultural and so on. Some small bits of fiction.
The fields?
Yes, quite. I mean, I passed by an apple tree on the way here, and I thought it was more apples than leaves.
Oh, gosh, yes, that's the big tree, as the little ones have been calling it. But,
You realize that this is cold climes, and that shouldn't be happening, right?
Yes, I've, voiced my concern on that matter, but
I think apple trees even grow down here.
It seems that nature has a mind of its own down here. Maybe it has something to do with our local fays.
Well, in that case, count your blessings. Right, Mr. Adelas, I'll bid you good day.
Lady Gentle, it is always a pleasure.
Mm-hmm. And she just nods her head at you and lets herself out. Which, Cass, you will be able to give her a nice tour of your library, which she seems genuinely interested in. And mentions that she will be arranging for, an actual scribe to be here shortly to help you out.
And Cass is going to apologize about the Arboretum and the fact that it isn't really going yet.
Things take time.
Yes, they do.
And
it's the only plant-based thing in the place that hasn't been going.
And then she will actually come and pay you a visit as well, Gifton. If only to...
get those papers.
Yeah, yep. But she does seem curious about your children. She isn't quite as lovey-dovey over them.
She's more curious.
But she actually just inquires, quite healthy, yes?
Oh, yeah, very, 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 very
Have
healthy.
they displayed any of your abilities?
Have they?
You have seen one or two little, just almost light bulbs, essentially. A couple of the winged ones able to just make a little spark of light now and then. And you do think you saw Flink making a flower blossom, but it was like the tail end of it.
I've seen some things that I think I know I've seen a couple of them flare some light out, and I think I saw Flink do something with some plants. So I think they're up to things. I think I haven't actually checked them.
And what is that racket? And she's sort of looking around, and next room over there are a bunch of whelps, basically clamoring.
Do you want to come see the pseudo dragon babies?
Oh yes, that would be quite a delight.
Oh, we're still trying to find homes for all of these. Come on.
And she'll follow on in. And there's the usual swarming of fairy. They can fly at this point, but it's clumsy. It's very clumsy. It's more hops and the L beats down. But yeah, she will pay attention to these pseudo dragons.
The kids play with the pseudo dragons like they do,
giving them pets, and honestly, she seems far more doting over these.
You aren't at all in the market for one, are you?
I would love to, but it's probably not the best idea. Frankly, I'd hate for something to happen to me and to leave one of these behind.
Oh, well, they are the bravest and truest line, I'll tell you that. They're all great warriors. They take after their daddy and their mama.
I'm sure they are very fierce little things, and those And any trouble with singers? I know their venom is
It's a lot worse when you're a lot smaller, I'll say that.
I can imagine.
Yeah, they're quite potent, especially at the early stages. They seem to be a little bit more so, but we woke up eventually.
Oh, enforced nap times, right?
Yes. It's very enforced nap times. But it's a great defense.
Yes, yes, it does. Oh,
are you going to be riding your wagon all the way up? I could probably open a way for you, so you don't have to drive that all the way back.
She actually sort of pats the back of her waist, basically indicating a belt where you do see a little holstered dagger there. I was going to go by my own means.
Oh, well, I can open you a portal somewhere if you want.
Oh, I wouldn't object. It would save me having to go through there again.
I'm always willing to help people have to avoid going through there. That's a creepy walk.
Yes, I have been going through there more in the last year than I have, well, frankly, my entire time as a gentleman.
Well, just let me know where you want to go, and I'll make sure it happens.
Actually, yes, that might be a point. I don't suppose you know of any of the trees up near Southwood?
I could try to describe Southwood to me.
Okay, right. She is going to go into a very in-depth description, which I will give you a insight check with advantage.
Is it token levels?
Because
yes.
it's a location, so I think the DC is actually different. So, yep, and insight with advantage. I'll have this is going to be crazy because I have pretty good.
Actually, what she's going to do is she's going to describe to you a person, because it's going to be a person. She seems to be describing a farmhand.
Okay, and I will try on that person.
Yeah, right. Yep. Yeah, you get this farmhand who seems to be you're not sure whether you should say boy or man. It's on that sort of cusp. But he is currently just wandering around, and you don't see any trees immediately until he...
Any large bushes, because I can do bushes too.
Until he actually seems to head over towards a tree line where you do see bushes first, and just starts to pick fruit from them.
Oh, are you ready? If you're ready to go, I got a spot.
Yes, please.
All right, I'll lead her outside. I'm gonna leave the kids with Dingus for a minute because I can do that.
Yeah.
That's what neglectful parents do.
Dingus basically has them crawling over him and will happily sort of march about with them.
Yeah, and I will go out, and we have a tree in our yard that has been grown up over this time, and I will slap the tree and open her a portal.
Okay, all right. And
don't let the unicorns tag you on the way through.
Yep, and she'll, knowing that how quick you have to be with these, will just give you a little wave, and she's immediately dashing through.
And then the unicorn.
I've still got my scry up. I'm watching.
Yep, and she, you see this young farmhand being startled as she emerges from what he thinks is literally the tree line, but yes, from the bushes, and you see him go, "Oh, Lady Felessa, it's I didn't expect to see you back so soon." And she nods at him, and then you actually see her looking towards the scry.
I'll let it go.
And you lose vision of them.
Oh,
I will let it go because she saw I was still looking.
Tode,
yes.
you are on the hunt. Your trail starts from Wyndon, leads you through to places like Laithwaite, Halfborough. You visit a lot of the northern towns. You're even taken into the original facility. You remember this where you were created. You look into things there, but it is much as you remember, and there are no new revelations. And thus it falls on you to follow the leads that have been documented, which take you through many of these towns and eventually into Noran, where it has been arranged for you and you alone to represent the military here to be let on through. You notice that when you arrive in particularly important locations here, you do seem to be watched carefully. It seems they do send word ahead, the Noran military. But you are left to your investigations. They work with you to some extent. A few times you find yourselves a little roadblocked by local guard not wanting to let some Baratheon man barge his way around. But you do follow up some leads, and within about 8 months, you have actually found a couple of your brothers. Both times, it looks like they have been left behind to try and cover the escape of the scientists, because they fight you. Thankfully, they are not so straightforward as to only do so. They do listen to you. They do talk. And with your abilities, you are quite easily able to disarm the combat. And while wary, you are able to convince them that you are not there to hurt them. What they believe and what they tell you is that they were saved, that they were going to be destroyed. And that they were basically on the run.
Would have been nice if I could have scryed and showed them the scrying, but I don't really have that ability. But we'll explain as much as possible that is simply not what is happening. That I know of a community where many of us can be found, and I can show them how to get there. I can even contact people and see about having them help.
I will at any point during the year if you contact me. Come teleport to your side, my friend.
Which you are able to do if you so wish. But you also know that you should be seeing these through actual debriefing.
Yeah, it's definitely something that would be offered, but not necessarily done unless just kind of like explain there is this place. We should talk to the military.
Which
and just tell them. But
when you send contact back, each time you found one, when you send contact back, you're basically asked to stay in place for a bit as they come and collect the Warforged, which is a little frustrating because it does feel like you're losing ground sometimes. But leaving them on their own also does not seem to be a particularly grand idea. And the Noran Republic is allowing some movement, but it is not they're offering actual assistance in this regard. But eventually, you hit a dead end. Not so much in the fact that you're not sure where they've gone, but so in the fact that they have now gone far abroad. Apparently taking a boat from Noran's eastern shore and reading the charter, it is making a few stops. It is going to Hexenreich. It is going to, as Ali tries, hey, bonus points for anybody that remembers the name of the Illan continent.
Yes, no, I can never say it. I can type it.
Go ahead and type it.
I think Kronos might have said it.
That. I can type it, but I can't say it.
Affleck.
Innis Affleck, yeah.
Affleck. But with more guttural throat sounds that I don't want to do right now.
Innis Affleck.
And then to Sahar, and finally making its trip back.
I will actually, through sending and such, report this directly to Rez.
Okay,
because
you've reported it to Raziel?
yeah. I will have been reporting generally things to proper authorities, but with Sahar included and stuff like that, I'm going to raise it with him before I make the proper
Keeping
report.
records of certain things.
Okay, right. Yeah, you reported to him, and over days of communication, you can basically establish what he thinks, what you think. And he says, Heckenreich is a likely country, although there have been reports of war breaking out there, so it's not exactly the most stable nation at this point. I doubt they will be stopping there. Taflak, I don't see why he would stop there. There's little for them there. There is a lot of trade that goes through Sahar. It's a prosperous nation, although most people don't think it. So perhaps he's hoping to cast his bets there.
I'll inquire as to what he's heard about how things are going on that continent, especially because I knew there was a little god who thought she'd spend a little time over there.
Sahar is in its own form of turmoil, not quite a civil war, but our dear goddess has driven out some factors there. The Myrian and Evosian churches have suffered some losses there, and the not quite towns, but you know how you get civilians over supporting such things have essentially been driven home. Otherwise, it seems word of her is spreading, which is causing its own turmoil. You've got the diehard believers, the ones that will welcome the return, and then those that felt abandoned, who do not welcome this quite so much. I'd say it's a safe enough place, but there is tension.
There's a couple, so there shouldn't be too many more that they've got.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head. Yeah, I'll attempt to keep investigating a bit further to see if there's any better evidence, anything that contradicts what I was told.
Yep. And as always happens when you look for evidence, you do find it. But is that because you have now started to assume too much is evidence? You start to compare things, and you come to the conclusion that you're as certain as you can be that they have legitimately left the continent. What you do find, though, and the Northern Republic unfortunately will take responsibility for this and say they will handle it, is a few points of corruption where you think they were helped along by those in the know. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's very little you can do about that beyond report it.
It's kind of outside of our jurisdiction.
Shax.
Yes.
Things have started to go wrong. It started as people slipping in their duties, soldiers not resting well, certain scientists, colleagues reporting some ill tempers. And over the weeks, you have seen things deteriorate. But it still came as a shock when violence erupted. Not from within the keep that you are stationed at, the research station that you have spent quite a bit of time, but from an outside attack by what you would assume were friendly forces. And while there is some time where the keep holds, that fighting seems to reach in, and soon people are turning on themselves. The most terrifying of all being the dragons. There are 4 of them here. Young adults, not quite the ancients that you find towards the capital, but powerful in themselves. And when they decided to start turning on each other and the people here, the entire place started to burn, started to melt, started to freeze as various elemental forces were thrown about. It has now been a couple of weeks of desperately fighting, desperately trying to survive, fleeing from this research station towards the shore. You and some others that still seem to be sane, still seem to keep themselves together, not these strange people who now seem to spatter themselves with white markings, little specks of starlight, some emblazoning these strange draconic skulls on items, three-eyed, glowing almost. Those that can enchant them doing so. You have been...
What we're doing, but we try and keep people up, healing, that sort of thing, and just covering.
It's you and a few others, mostly humans, a couple of other dragonborn, those that seem to escape this madness that overswept everybody, reaching one of the shoreline bases of Hexenreich, which, as you approached it, seemed to be undergoing its own assault. You see airships actually firing on each other, others trying to take off. You see one actually heading inland as if fleeing from this scene. Getting into the keep, you meet up with some survivors, and decide that even though there's fighting now engulfing the interior, it is best to try and make a press to one of the remaining airships, one of the small scout ones that has been left in bay. And it is on board there that you flee Hexenreich. Moving out over the sea. Observation, you could see the ones that are heading inland were not faring well. Something that seemed to be taken down. You could see little blossoms of red, of explosion off in the horizon during the night. It feels like your whole land is under attack, and as you use the observation equipment on the ship itself, binoculars magically enhanced. So many towns are burning. Dragons in the sky. Artillery being leveraged against its own people. And it's watching this off the shore, departing from Hexenreich, that you see a couple of dragons actually approaching. And the ship puts up a valiant defense, you yourself firing at them as well, desperately trying to hold them at bay. But even the magical cannons of this vessel can't do enough. It drives one back, but the vessel is falling. Its engines disabled. And as the dragon makes another dive, it tears the vessel asunder, metal bulkhead screeching, crumpling, as it plunges into the icy waters. It's the last thing you remember before you wake up in a hospital bed. People speaking to you in a language that at first you can't process, still waking groggily. This is not your native tongue. But you know the common tongue used in Barast, and after gathering your thoughts, you start to process it. And what follows is essentially a tense couple of weeks where they question you, ask what happened, ask you to identify yourself again and again and again, asking you to confirm reports.
Back.
And checks will be to the best of his ability, pointing things out on what he can remember the map, pointing out this is roughly where we went down. I do not know anything between here and where I am now. And please stop asking me about here and where we are now. I don't know that. I told you last time.
And beyond asking you to confirm reports, they seem to be rather cagey and try to share information, but eventually, over that time, you will learn through little drips and drabs before they eventually just come openly that Hexenreich, as it is known, has essentially fallen. The entire country in disarray, now small towns, pockets of resistance trying to hold themselves together as something seems to sweep over the nation, a bright star falling from the sky into the capital. And then war followed.
Jax takes the information with a grim look.
They also tell you that, unfortunately, you were the only survivor of your airship. you are welcome to come and look over the bodies, if you so wish. The ones they were able to pull up.
He will, and he'll give each of them last rites, essentially, if they haven't been given already.
Yeah. And as you confirm the dead, they will start talking to you a little more openly. They believe this man, calls himself General Russell, believes that this is something to do with something his people have been looking into. And that he knows a group, including a Hexenreicher, somewhat like yourself, that might be able to look into this, and that your information might be valuable to them.
Jack nods it and just goes, if they would have me, I would like to travel with some.
That would be their decision, but we are going to officially offer you asylum here. We have a town that has quite a few refugees of sort that you might settle in, and that is where they are.
He nods his head and goes, when do I leave?
Well, we are going to be sending another wagon down to them within the week. If you'd like to be on it, you are more than welcome. We have a few more things to fill out with you before then anyway. And you are...
And Jack also puts in, if I am able to travel with them, am I able to requisition anything, supplies? Like, I am not combat incapable, I have served.
If they decide to take you along and you register with them, then there is some gear that was salvaged from your ship you'd be welcome to.
I would appreciate it. I do not want to be given a free ride anywhere.
Well, in that case, let's get you sorted, yes. And you will be basically walk through some documentation. Essentially, they're wanting to make sure they keep track of you properly. They go over the basic laws of the land, which don't vary too much from your own, but they want to make sure. And within the week, you find yourself on a wagon. And a couple of weeks later, you're arriving in a rather nice little town. They call it Beacon, apparently. As you're riding in, you see a lot of armoured figures wandering about, which you were informed that there were these people called Warforged here, souls within armoured bodies. As much people as anyone else, but something to get used to. And every now and then you get glimpses of tiny folk. Very small figures on balconies, windowsills. Not a lot of them. You think you see maybe 10 in total. But they're nonetheless. And RG. You got a roleplay with yourself. You were given word that Shax was coming into town. And that you were to introduce him to the group.
DM is so happy to make somebody else do this.
Oh yeah, I know.
This is the dream come true. I officially swapped the overlay over to having Shax.
Yeah.
Online.
RG will actually come out and meet the wagon, talk with the wagon leads, and then look over at the Dragonborn and go, So, you're here for this, eh? They've filled me in on most of it, but what can you tell me? And Shax will look over and go, Hexenreich is in fire, and as far as I've been told, you have people that might be able to look into it. And I'm requesting to join them on it. And RG looks and goes, come on. And just gets him to basically fall and step behind her.
Okay.
And RG will actually pull her sending stone and go, Gifton, can you and Kara come meet me at the square? It's closest to where Cassie is right now, and there's someone you need to meet.
Both of us?
That's a problem.
You preferably, but I
Yeah,
don't
right.
care what
You can't send it back. It's a one and one.
Right, yeah.
Shit.
Your mother looks over at you and goes, you gotta go somewhere, dear?
Yeah, they need us in the square for a bit. Dingus, can I borrow you for a bit, sweetie?
Meep, meep. And your mother smiles and goes, I'll watch the kids, don't you worry.
All right. And I'll go saddle up on Dingus. I'm excited to get back on Dingus again. These are good times for me.
Dingus sort of bobs happily. You've gotten to ride him a couple of times since you were mobile again, but it's been an infrequent occurrence, and always seems overjoyed.
It also hasn't been necessarily planned saddle times. It's usually been just bareback. Yeah. We're doing it right now, halfway across the room.
he sort of bobs happily.
Yep.
And starts to charge out the door immediately. I'll be there soon.
Bye.
And Care will settle the far less enthusiastic Dazzle, who is happy to get out but doesn't show quite the joyous Dingus. It's far more reserved.
It's actually more terrifying going to get Dingus and Dazzle because we have to go into the room.
Yeah. Which
I'm pretty sure
is
some of the swarm
right
gets
button?
out and follows.
Is this the right button? Meep, meep, meep. No. Meep, meep, meep. Nope. Meep, 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 meep. There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
And as you are also in the process of, given them she'll also be going over, knocking on.
Essentially, you gather the group up.
Yeah, gathering everybody.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Eventually, you're all able to meet up in town square. And yet there is this strange figure there that you've never seen this species before. It seems to be very draconic, much taller than kobolds you've seen in books and so on. As quite a few of you are now read at this point. Yeah, it seems to be some sort of wingless dragon in human form, humanoid.
Cass is going to give him a look and go, "Are you a kobold?"
No.
Okay.
I'm guessing you are not.
I'm called, and he'll at first say that
it's like Curist.
He'll at first go, "I am," and he'll say the Hexenreich word for dragonborn before some going, "No, it is dragonborn."
He speaks funny words.
Which all of you can pick up that thick Hexenreich accent, as he would have, I assume.
Yes, they're funny words.
Oh my god.
The funny words.
So you also speak Hexenreich then?
Always sound angry.
Don't always sound angry.
Giant angry.
Because Brazel pointed a thumb saying that when you guys head back out, you might be able to look into what's happening in Hexenreich. And Barge get drunk and look at him and go, "It is on fire. It is destroyed.
Ew.
It is engulfed in war."
War? Is that like
they're fighting each other? The capital has fallen.
Okay.
Some kind of large meteor hit it. They don't know exactly what, because I was not told that, but the long and the short of it is Hexenreich as it stood is no more.
To the GM, have I been getting reports now that I'm actually at a stationary
Yes, you
place?
have. You haven't been getting reports on this. You've been getting reports on the goings on of priests in Baras itself. There have definitely been more reports of people going mad, and it's starting to become public knowledge at this point. Morgani Temple was already left alone, essentially, by a lot of the populace, are now being avoided. Some priests have even left the faith out of concern, which in your mind is unfortunately probably a good thing. Others have gone missing, only to turn up in bloodbaths, and the guards are now taking a more proactive approach, keeping an eye on those that are still okay. And this is extending to half-dragons, as few as they are as well.
I'm going to guess it's related to the same going-ons here with the Morgani priesthood in our country.
I'm assuming I wasn't given any of that kind of information.
No.
Is Talia here? Because I don't know where we're meeting.
We're meeting in town.
You're meeting in the town square, essentially, the center of it.
Okay.
Talia is still in the tavern, basically watching over the eggs now, which she has had.
Then I don't have
poor girl.
Hey, honestly, once she got him out, everything got better. And she's really lucky she had that blessing, because if she'd gotten the roll for the eggs and had normal pregnancy, that could have killed her.
Basically, those of the Faith of Morgani here have been acting peculiar, going missing and being found. One of the larger settlements here that was focused around Morgani had the priesthood sacrificed all of their fowlers. I cannot say that word to save my life. It's starting to get to be affecting half dragons now too. Luckily, two of us are unaffected.
That would explain many things, because it is very much the standard for religion in Exarch.
I'm gonna be exceedingly rude just to get this out of the way. So you're being sent to work with us because of General Rozelle, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're not the first person he sent us before, so we just kind of need to go over something really quick. What exactly is it that you do?
Took us a while to establish that last time.
Can we quantify a skill set that you're capable of? Gifted has had a long time being a mom lately.
Do we maybe want to take this
Mm-hmm.
upstairs to one of the rooms in the tavern so we're not just standing out here?
I trust everybody in Beacon.
Might be for the best.
Wow. So is that how you now welcome new members to your party? You just immediately go up to the
But,
bedroom?
well, no. The people of Beacon do seem to give you space.
Yes.
When the traders come into town, everyone just kind of pays them no mind.
No, when the trading company suddenly gathers,
It gathers. Yeah.
Nobody
wants to be involved in our bullshit, basically.
But
Totally
Jack
for
will
sure
actually
Shaler would.
straighten up slightly when he's asking to go, well, I did formerly serve in the Exarch military up until about 20 years ago, and after a injury that left me without my arm and my leg, I instead moved into becoming an artificer, which I have, by my own admission, a decent
Oh,
level
so you're a
of skill.
crafter.
Something of the kind.
Oh,
What
that's
I
great.
wear,
I make
and
clothing.
he'll actually knock on the arm and go, and this is actually my own creation, and it can do this. And he'll very calmly reach up to his right shoulder and just remove the entire right arm.
Are we
And
past on?
That's
Cass.
I don't know if that's actually a beneficial thing. I don't think
I
I
can
want
only
to
do it.
have my armor remove my arm.
To be fair, this something is only because I do not have the arm on that side as it stands.
Cassie,
want to
kindred
put that?
spirit.
Oh.
Cassie is wincing at him pulling off his arm.
He made
Can
it
you do that?
evaporate.
Can you do that?
Put it back on and just go further.
I can replace
It
the arm.
is in the state it is currently. It is not capable of feeling pain.
Oh, I
It is
mean, that's true. Okay,
It is the
so
beginning stages of work to try and make prosthetics anyone can get.
you'd say you're a bit of the bookish sort and like to make things.
Definitely more of the learned variety. I can create things, and I'm also a very good shot with a rifle.
I'm not really a fan of firearms, but I understand their necessity on the battlefield. Okay, I just
Also
wanted to
a
clarify what your
middling
purpose might
level
be.
of magical capability.
Okay, I just want to get an idea. What's your view on magic?
Well, I use it in tandem with what I do normally, and
Do you think it's a natural part of the world?
Is this something that I should just leave, or what is going on?
No, I think this is very educational for me. I just want to know what Hexenreichers are like.
Because I was your only we met the ambassador.
Yes, and she was very interesting, and I didn't talk to her very much, and she was very important.
And very racist.
This person,
Interesting. She was a bitch, Gifton.
I, as a noble lady, would never say that an ambassador of a foreign country that we are on good terms with was a bitch.
Even if she was.
Even if she completely was.
I will state.
Also in front of somebody who was from that community and made me be pained by that.
In my defense, at the time, we were not nobility.
That is very true.
Yes. All right.
Therefore, I am stating a commoner viewpoint.
Yeah, but you would get lashed in the street for such foul things. Okay, but all right. So just to be clear, though, you're capable of shooting firearms, using and creating magical devices, probably analyzing magic and things like that. And you have a fairly good positive view on the impact of magic in the world.
Correct.
Okay, that is all I needed to know. I feel really good about this, and I hope that you're a very good and valued member
By the
of
way,
the team.
in character for you guys, you have a few months to get to know him before you actually accept him. If you want to do that logical, sane people thing, and
No, this is Gifton normal
This is
thing
being
of
Gifton being
I'm
Gifton.
just Gifton being Gifton, but this is also Gifton going, I accept that you've been sent here, and I don't necessily think I'm taking you anywhere.
You're going to spend
I'm
several
just
weeks
thinking
from
this is
each
a new
house
NPC that I'm going to have make me sending stones in a house somewhere. He's my sending stone factory. Gifton's. By the way, how is my magic mines going? By the way.
Your what?
My magic mines. I have that material on my.
Yes. So you are now a rather large export to the military, running through the Capays, who have kindly offered to handle that for you.
Yes. Yes, I'm letting them take a good chunk off the top because I feel like that's agreeable if they manage it for me.
You are. In fact, I should total this up for people. I will give you the values you are all bringing in per month. After this.
The Grey Seals, I would assume, are a prominent name now.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Well, that's all my questions. Where are you going to be staying, young man? I don't know how old you are, so I'm just doing that to you because I'm a fae.
At present, I was not assigned a living quarters yet.
Oh, I'm sure Carrick can put you up. Carrick, you can put the man up, right?
I have some room in the tavern, yes.
I would appreciate it.
It's your intention. Well,
Yeah,
we'll see how things go.
I'll warn you. If you cross Corvus, he'll stab you in the back.
I haven't stabbed any of you in the back.
And we've never crossed you.
It would not be the first time.
You are welcome to stay with myself if you wish, if it gets too noisy in the tavern. They do sing a lot. I don't know if singing is something that you enjoy, but
yes, the Hexenreichers dislike singing. This is also
no.
something I need to know about.
I enjoy singing. It's just I don't enjoy all the singing all the time.
So, as another Hexenreicher, could you in fact tell me, are you opposed to touching people?
I mean, I've had to over the course of my job.
I've had to. I like clean, though. And that's a personal choice. It has nothing to do with being a Hexenreicher.
I'm just a Hexenreicher.
I swear to you, I am not giving Hexenreich a bad name. These are all assumptions.
Can't give it a bad name. It doesn't exist anymore. Out of character.
Oh,
Out of character.
oh,
Out of character.
Ooh.
that was dark stuff
Not
there.
incorrect.
All right, so one more question. As a Hexenreicher, one more question. Do you take a moment every time you meet somebody to plot how you'll defeat them in combat?
Well, there was formerly a
It's called-
soldier and a scout at that.
It's called.
Okay, so it is a Hexenreicher thing. Good. I just need to know
It's
what
very
it
least
was.
a military thing.
Yeah.
It's a military thing, and it's a logistical thing. You analyze your combatants to see how best to defeat them.
Right.
Oh, what have I missed? Sorry, Dazzle didn't want to come out. Who's this?
I actually wasn't paying attention when they said his name, but he's apparently related to Corvus, and that he doesn't mind magic.
Actually, bow and say, my name is Shakson Rodskala.
Jackson Rogue Scholar.
Rogue Scholar.
That's a mouthful.
Scholar?
Is there anything you'd like to go by?
Rogue Scholar.
I'm usually called Shax.
Shax. Right.
Rogue Scholar.
I'm Care.
Rodskala.
Rogue Scholar.
Close enough.
Actually,
You-
actually
you
sounds
have
pretty
to-
neat. If
you
you're
have-
like it's like you're a really sneaky kind of scribe that goes around and goes, I'm gonna learn things that are against the rules.
That's just
I'm a rogue
Corvus.
scholar. Oh,
That's
it is a
not an-
Hexenreich thing.
That is not an inaccurate description of a scout, admittedly.
So you were previously a scout, then?
Correct. Up until the point
Apparently,
when
General
Ski blew up my
Rizal
leg.
sent this person to come help us, maybe because they're from Hexenreich, and things happened over there, honey. And apparently, also, they tinker and make magic items, and they like magic, and they don't mind people touching them. It's weird.
I will
Well.
clarify one thing. It is actually Rizal just sent me to inform you what happened and let you know. It is my
Oh.
request to join you.
Oh, he didn't say. Oh, okay. Well, that's different then. Okay. Well, it was really nice meeting you.
Oh, well, we'll get to know you in town, and we'll see how it goes, yeah?
I agree.
Saying that you have more unfortunate up-to-date knowledge of Hexenreich, I would like to have a sit-down with you to go over some things.
Of
There's
course.
some inquiries that I am pursuing.
Admittedly, I was mostly situated in a research keep, but I will give you what information I can.
Very good. But yes, this is Beacon, so you're very much welcome.
It is quite nice.
Okay. All right.
Gifton.
Yeah.
Wait, are any of the
I'm-
children with you too?
No, I.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Wait. Let me look.
See
Yeah.
right.
Check-
No,
check in the
you're clear.
bag.
You're clear.
Okay. Are you clear?
I think so.
Shake his coat briefly.
Yeah. No kids here. Wait. Did some of the hatchlings follow you?
No. That's why it took me so long to get out.
We can just look back at the gift at the at the Graysteel Brockgren house, and there's just the little meepers pasted against the windows. Just,
Try to get out.
Can,
This
oh
is
god.
supposed to get to licking the glass.
No. This is the first time I think me and Kara have been outside without the little children's.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
So you don't have to worry that they.
Oh, congratulations. I've heard children are a handful.
What if we just?
You have no idea. She's had so many, and her great steeds there have been very bountiful as well.
Hey, Rinzen's not under a desert tower, is he? Hang on.
Since you two are out, do you want to stop in the tavern for a moment before you go home to get anything?
Kare's eyes widen as if, wait, this is a thing that can happen?
Oh yeah, I feel like it's part of our official business that we had to attend to. That we need to go to that tavern right now. I
Oh,
think
God,
we're going,
yes.
honey.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
It's good to see you two out and about.
Oh.
And Shax, if you decide to not stay with Corvus and stay in the tavern, I will get you a key to a room when you are ready. Just stop in.
I think for now I would appreciate a room in the keep, and then or a room in the tavern, and I will decide from there.
Okay. He's actually gonna fish into his
Yeah,
pocket.
I'm sure he could use some time on his own. He's just lost. I'm very
Yes,
sorry.
let him collect his
It's
bearings.
been some time.
My apologies for what happened to your country. That's terrible.
I'll be honest, it happened a little bit ago. I was apparently unconscious longer than I had thought. And
Did
I
you
went
get a
down
good
with
look
her.
at the star that came down? Was it like glowing and white and have like 3 eyes or
I
anything like
did not
that?
see the star. I only saw the 2 dragons that took down our airship.
Okay, no big deal.
by the way, has that arrived yet?
No.
Not yet.
Our airship, and probably maybe.
Not yet.
Oh, our
Probably
airship.
running towards the end of it.
Carrick should pull out a key ring, go through second floor, third room on the right once you get up the stairs. You can.
Thank you very much. And
You are welcome.
Jack lets me bow politely and take the key.
Still not used to that.
Okay. Carrick, you're
we
fine
are-
as... We can have a little drink, can't we? Like, just a small...
Just a little.
A small
do you,
one.
Do you have any honey mead?
I believe I have some in the cellar.
Okay, your finest honey mead.
Yep, so some honey mead, and do you think?
I do actually buy popcorn. Like, if you don't, I do.
It would only be fair that we pick up a meal to bring back from the
Oh,
tavern.
yeah.
You know, if we just got a meal there and then brought it back, right?
That's a great idea.
Let's go do that.
I do have some of your still RG from the last purchase. Thank you, though. Though I do not know if they would like to get some. Although with
Tavern.
the little ones
Tavern.
heading over.
God.
Yeah. Right. Okay. You'll disperse, going where you will, and the time continues on. Eventually, you are given word, Gifton. The airship is ready. It is on its way.
Oh, didn't they want us to get training?
You would have had a little bit of training throughout the year.
Oh, we would have. Okay.
There's been many little.
Oh, so it's on the way.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Don't
Alright,
worry.
we'll
There's
make sure that's
tons
on board.
that happened during the year that we have not covered, and we're going to do it throughout the session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, so that, and I'm assuming during this time, Lucian and Maris probably come and get babies.
Yep. All of those that you've promised pseudo dragons to have come to get them, including Denoran, who does visit again, and dotes on this little thing.
Yeah. Yes, on James.
Yep. So much.
Actually, next, if Cass hears that Denoran is in town, she wants to talk to him.
Oh, but is this need happening character, or is this a?
Well, she's going to ask him if the next time he goes back to Sahar, and he comes back, if he can find any books that Saharan books particular that he wants to purchase and bring back, she'll happily put up a section in the library for Saharan works.
Oh, certainly, my friend. I will find you some of my favorites there.
And she'll also mention if there are any books that Hea wants to keep out of the hands of those who are currently got their fangs in her territory, she can hide them in the library if she wants.
Do not concern yourself with the things that she needs to hide. She has ample places to hide them. There are many holdouts.
Oh my.
Well, whatever you find, Norn, when you come back, let me know, and I will pay you a proper sum for bringing them. Because
of course.
I'll consider it in order.
Yes, and soon your airship arrives. You see it caused a little bit of hubbub flying over town, and thankfully there has been a lot of cut down trees in the surrounding, so there is a spot for it to land, which it does. Not needing to dock, it's a small scout ship. It actually extends some legs out and settles down.
Oh, so we have the Voyager.
Essentially.
As long as it's not chicken legs.
And grow it.
As long as it's not chicken legs, no Baba Yaga hut.
Yeah, I guess planting a tree on this and growing it.
And you are able to introduce yourselves to the crew, which Addy will have some names later.
Okay.
And yeah, I think that is. Oh, and are you?
And am I able to go back into the Fae and check in with Borum?
You are indeed. You go there and you don't meet Borum there. What you do meet are a group of pixies, which flit down, sort of tittering around you. Curious more so than malicious, as some of the last pixies you encountered were. And they go, oh, we can give whatever word you need. Borum has delivered the humans safely out now. They stayed with us for a while. They were so fun. They really liked the drink and the food, and they didn't want to leave. But Borum said that they should leave, and once they got out, they realized that they did want to leave.
Oh, well, I am going to have brought with me, because I'll probably use my ring, I'm going to bring a basket of sweets and pastries and a couple bottles of wine, and I will leave it with them.
We can have a bit, right?
Yes, you can take some of this, but at least one bottle for Borum, all right?
they each sort of crowd around the basket, peering in, for nodding enthusiastically. Yep, bottle for Borum.
Bottle for Borum, and you can have whatever else you want. All right.
And then they all seem to do this strange aerial bow where they actually almost somersault over in the process. But okay, Lady Greysteel.
And I will curtsy back to them, and then I'm gonna get the hell out of there.
Right. Okay. And the year continues on until Telday.
Yes.
You have actually been asked to return to Wyndon for a proper
I will do
meeting.
so. Yeah.
And there's Jensen and Roselle. Roselle's looking strangely tired at this point. Sort of rubbing his eyes a little bit. He's like, right, Telday.
Yes.
I think at this point we've exhausted all of our diplomatic means on this continent. Noran has nothing else to give us, and they will not hand over those that colluded. We're fairly certain they have left the country, as you've discovered. At this point, we do not have... Well, there is not much of Hexenreich to have diplomatic ties with. We do not have much of a presence on Inasaflak, and, well... The tension with Sahar means that we won't be approaching this through military means, which I think Benson will agree with me that we will want to handle this further through unofficial means. Perhaps a venturing party, if you get my drift.
Head cocks slightly. Do you have any in mind?
Yes, I believe that you worked quite well with the Tarnstead Trading Company, yes?
Ah. Yes.
If you would be so kind to extend a offer of hiring for just a little job over in Sahar. I believe that's one of our best places to start.
Do they not have numerous children?
Yes, I believe that Miss Brotgren has many children. Miss Greysteel, I must correct myself. Miss Greysteel, and I believe that Carrick Mask is expecting quite a few. That is Argy, but I believe she had talked of retirement anyhow. Still, they have family that can take care of them. Not to sound callous, but their talents are too good to go to waste. Not leaving that town.
Are they being conscribed?
No, this is a choice.
Are they being informed, or shall I be doing that?
Well, I'd like for you to do it for me. I think a familiar voice beyond mine own would be welcome. They've made inquiries about you. They've been worried.
Oh. I have survived.
You have. You have indeed. Still, they have an airship, and if they would be willing to travel up and come for a proper meeting, we can discuss things. I thought you might enjoy talking to them, though, extending the invitation.
You wish me to use sending, or contact them in another manner?
How about, How about you use that sending? Do you not have a stone to them?
I do. I was just unsure if you meant to go there physically first.
I suppose if you wanted to, although I think they could reach here faster than you could reach there.
We'll rummage through his bag.
No, I do know that Lady Greysteel has some rather marvellous travel capabilities. So you could ask her to fetch you if you so please.
All right.
Honest, I'll just bring everybody up. It's easier. I can never do a return trip. Otherwise, I gotta do multiple trips. Tell day, calculating those 25 words. If only you had the magic stone to touch.
You know, the coolest thing would be is that if he had the audio of like a typewriter going at the same time.
No.
And then ting at the very end.
Oh. Okay, that was actually more perfect than I thought it was. I will take the sending stone and just send that 25-word message.
Okay.
Okay.
Gifty, you get that message.
I will bring everybody in the party together, and I will inform Shax that he might as well come too.
Yes, it has been a few months at this point. In fact, it's been almost a year. We've gotten to know Shax a bit, which Shax, somewhat reserved, but amiable, yes.
Mm-hmm. He would make little bits and bobs as well for people, that sort of thing. Probably reveal that he can do clockwork stuff, that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep, I will invite Shax to come along, but I will go fetch Corvus and Cassie
and unfortunately,
Carrot.
you see Argy, and she says, no, I'm gonna stay.
I don't ask RG.
You don't ask Argy? Okay.
No, I'm on Team RG retire.
Mm-hmm,
I don't want RG to hurt herself anymore.
Here I was hoping.
I am completely on Marissa's side on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of seeing RG burn her soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't get RG. I go tell RG we're going, and we'll be back. But I don't invite her to come.
Luck, that thing, but she's probably also far enough along that she doesn't want to go any place.
Yeah, she's also pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With twins.
Like, yeah, goodbye. So I will gather everybody up and teleport us all up into Wyndon.
Okay.
Does Care come with me?
Care, you both actually have a little bit of a talk about this before you go. And he thinks that maybe one of you should be actually here with the children still.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually tries to convince you, maybe you don't have to go.
We can always just take Care.
Care doesn't want to go. He's not an adventuring type. I'm going to be a bit sad about it, but I'm going to go. I'm doing this for you and the kids.
I know. I know there's lots of risk, and actually you're stronger than I am, but if we were both out there and something happened to us, then they'd
have nobody. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But I want to make sure they have a future, Yeah.
And
we stole the best year.
Oh, look, I'm acting like you're actually heading straight into change right now. You're just going to a meeting, but
I know.
He hugs you tightly.
I mean, it might make he doesn't want me to go out.
I know.
So.
Right, expect you back for dinner.
Yep, I'll be back. At least I'm not going into the Fae this time.
As a question, has the whole year gone by yet?
Essentially, at this point, yes. Which we will cover some stuff outside of.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Well, with Gifton, if you approach the door, Corvus will appear without his cane.
Okay.
And he may have been seeing.
He became reasonable. He may have
finally got magic healing.
He still has a limp.
That's because you would never let me fix your leg.
Just can't regenerate that now.
I know, it'll be horrible. All right, but I will. But then I'll take everybody to a tree and teleport us up into Wyndon.
Okay, and we will in fact leave the session there. If the party is going to be meeting back up in Wyndon. All right, everybody. We will discuss some further things after the session and during next week's. Basically, next week will be essentially a rebuild session. We're going to be handling the nitty gritty and maybe doing something a little bit fun after that. But I want all of you to take
4,200 would get us exactly to the next level.
Then it will be 4,200. I want you to set yourselves to 195,000 XP.
Yay.
Congrats on level 16.
Thank you.
Right. And we will do this same time next week.
Hey.
As far as are you